Okay, I'm back, I think. All right. Oh, I'm definitely back. Okay, guys. Had a little technical difficulty there, rounding up the players, but we're about to start. So buckle in, as they say, and we'll kind of come into this game here. If I go like that, there we go. All right, that's a good looking bunch. So we've got, as I mentioned, we're going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons. We're actually using the original Dungeons and Dragons today. I wish I had an original box as a copy. So 1975, stripped down, simple rules, really fun. And as we kind of come into this scene, the players they've heard rumors of, or the characters have heard of rumors of a abandoned ruins, something from prehistory, or before when Atlantis and Lemuria were ruling the world before the cataclysm. Now humans kind of roam around looking for this buried treasure and stuff. And you all have heard of this island. It's kind of raised up with large 300-foot cliffs and a forest on top. But from what from rumors and such, and you've heard there's an old ruin up there, and within those ruins are likely treasure, right? So this is kind of what you're after at this point, and you've convinced these locals, the Yile people, they're the tribes that live along this river. They're fishermen, and you've convinced them to bring you over to this island. When the tide goes down, there's a bit of a beach over there, and you should be able to climb up the side. There's kind of we'll call it a staircase, for lack of a better word, up the side of the cliff. It's not like an escalator or anything, but it seems a safe way to walk up in theory. They're going to drop you off. You handed them a few gold coins to bring you across the waters, drop you off in the morning, and pick you up when the tide goes back down at night. You're going to kind of be trapped on this island for the day as the tide comes up, as we get there. So you're kind of in this boat being rowed across this kind of river with the fishermen. The sun's coming up. There's some nets that kind of smell of salt and fish, and kind of at your feet are probably your weapons and your armor, any equipment you might have, like ropes and such, is with you. So as you hear that sloshing of the oars across the water, we will kind of have you guys intro your characters. You can tell us who you're playing and what they're up to at this point. Early in the morning on the boat, heading towards the ruins on the island. And I'm just going to go in order on my screen here. So Crystal, tell us about your character.
I am playing Ellen. She is currently 2 years into a 3-year vision quest that was given to her by her god, Hester, the god of sheep herders. She carries with her a staff that she calls a warhammer, and wears a set of chainmail armor. She has a silver trinket that hangs from her neck that is in the shape of a shepherd's crook.
Excellent, excellent. So you're coming across. You've probably been with the party for a little while. You guys have seen many adventures and sights. Sitting, I guess, next to you on the boat or across from you is Nikki's character. What's your character like?
My character is Athos. She is a magic user, and she is heavily scarred. And if you ever see her walk, she walks with a slight limp. Reminders of the day that a rival wizard sent a demon to attack her father. And in the fight, she was severely injured, and she carries those scars to this day. And because of that, she is very, very interested in finding lost and ancient civilizations and new magic so that nobody can ever send a demon after her and kill her. She's not getting any more scars. So that is Athos, the magic user.
Yeah, demons can be bad news, that's for sure, right?
Yes.
Dave, tell us about your character and their relationship with any demons, or no relationship, I guess.
Demons, no, but my character is Gary, a fighter hero, you could say. But he was once a royal huntsman, is now a fugitive of the kingdom of Zath. It seems that the captain of the guard didn't appreciate his romantic advances. There's a little history going on there that, he probably wants to keep quiet a little bit. He's seen outwardly to be serving only himself, but his bonds to the party are strong, and he will always, risk what he needs to make sure that the party is safe and that the goals are met. He is outfitted with a short bow from his hunting days, and he's got a nice magical sword.
Yes, he does. Magical sword. All right, rounding out the group is Marissa. Tell us about your character. Marissa's character doesn't talk. Clearly, because she's muted.
Hey, my character is Eva. Hiva? Hiva? I'm gonna say Eva. She is a hero, and obviously, she is 6'2". She has gray hair cut short. Its dull sheen matches the well-worn chain armor that protects her as she typically wades her way into melee, wielding 2 battle axes. So I'm badass. And I have a girdle of giant strength. When worn as 8 armored foot, no matter the weapon or giant. Yeah. So, I'm a badass old lady with a girdle of giant strength.
Oh, you are like the strongest one around.
Yeah, it's like one of those wrestling belts, Wrestling Federation belts.
Oh, it's not like a girdle. I was thinking like cinching it in, but in a badass way. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, maybe. Nice. All right. And yes, Dave does have a velvet curtain. It's pretty epic. Okay, so as noted, you are coming across with a couple of fishermen. They seem hesitant to come to the island, but as noted, you threw them a couple gold coins, and they're pretty poor around here as fishermen, so they were willing to take you across. You can see, they're kind of looking around at the water, in the water, on top of the cliff. They just seem really kind of nervous and maybe even regretting having said that they would do this for you as you're kind of moving towards that cliff area. But there's kind of like a bit of a sandbar, if you will, that they're going to drop you off at. Yeah. So as you get close, as I said, they kind of up onto a sandbar. You jump out of the boat, kind of splashing a bit into the water. You can walk towards the cliff face. You see that it is, in fact, pretty sheer. But as your rumors had told you, they were pretty truthful. There's kind of a cut into the side. There's a bit kind of a, for lack of a better word, staircase that you could walk up. It's kind of slippery and, muddy from rains that come off the top. But it looks like it would probably hold your weight no problem. And as you're probably contemplating, whether or not it will hold your weight, you turn around to the sound of oars splashing in the water as the fishermen are quickly moving away. And they're kind of like, we'll see you tonight. And as they're paddling away.
Cowards!
Cowards!
But thanks for the ride.
All right. So what do you guys want to do? There you are at the bottom. Cliff going up. Morning light breaking. Some fog over the water.
I think we should climb the cliff.
Yes.
Perhaps. Does anybody have a rope? It's going to be hard for me to climb with this bad leg.
I have 2 battle axes. I was thinking like Mulan style, sling one. Well, I mean, just climb up like 1 axe at a time,
Okay.
On the rope question, I do have a 50-foot rope.
Nice.
Or we could use that, I guess.
Ellen would like to look around. She'd like to see if there are any goats in this area or any animal that looks like it could climb well.
Not where you are. You're kind of at the bottom of the cliff. There could possibly be goats at the top, but that would be 300 feet up. You don't spot any right now. You just see, fish, basically.
Okay. Well, I was hoping I had something that could help us, but I don't. I suppose we'll just have to climb up.
Well,
On the sides of our vision, is like, does the cliff go down at any point, or is this kind of the
Yeah,
lower
you
point?
can imagine. It almost looks like the solid rock mash was almost like ejected straight up out of the water. It's like essentially just a huge circle island that's like 300 feet in the air with sheer cliffs all around, except for the small beach area. You could probably walk around a little bit, but this looks like a pretty decent. If any place is able to climb up, this is probably the place.
before we start climbing, I do want to see. I have a wand of secret door and trap detection. Is there anything cut into the cliff
Oh,
side?
interesting.
Secret door into the cliff side.
That would be convenient, would it not? Okay, so you take out this wand of. What does it look like?
Oh, it's black with the red gem on the top.
Oh, so it looks like a magic wand.
It does, yeah, absolutely
alright.
does.
I mean, I didn't know if a secret door wand would look like, maybe not a wand. All right, yes, you whip out your wand and kind of feel it along the wall. No, there's no secret doors anywhere within kind of your view.
Okay.
Of the wand's view, yeah.
I look at the group. I say, well, I had to try.
Yes, that was a good idea.
Yes, it was. Ethis.
So we could tie the rope to each other, so we're all connected. In case one of us falls, the rest will catch. Because
Or we'll all be
this
dragged
cliff
down.
is. Yeah, well, but this cliff is too high for one rope. Like, even if one of us was able to just climb up and throw the rope over, it's only 50 feet of rope.
I also have rope, if that makes any difference.
I think we need like 200 or 300 feet. So
Yeah, you would need a lot of rope.
Well,
Yeah.
let's
I mean,
see.
you definitely could climb up the side if you wanted to.
Could we test? So I have, this is my voice for Kiva, by the way. I have a crossbow. How many arrows do I? What if we make a ladder out of arrows? And we could shoot them into the cliff and test them and see if we could climb.
Well, it will depend what kind of stone the cliff is made out of if the arrows would hold.
Maybe dirt, maybe? I don't know.
It's made out of stone. I mean, you think if you were to test a little bit, you'd think you could probably, like I say, climb up. If you want to tie yourselves together for extra security, that's fine. If Eva doesn't want to be tied up, you don't have to be.
like it looks like there's a lot of footholds and stuff that you could.
Yeah, there's footholds here. You think that if you take your time, that it should be fairly safe. If you were rushing, this could be very hazardous, especially for somebody who doesn't have a very high dexterity score. But if you take your time, you don't think it should be a problem at all. The rope would be extra security, of course.
Does anybody want to tie up and then just climb? We'll take it nice and slow and easy.
Yeah, that'll be fine by me.
That'll work.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
I think I'll go first. I'm pretty strong, 15 strength. So.
I have 17 strength. Just saying.
Oh, well then.
I mean, not to brag.
Well, okay. If you wish to go for, you do have the giant strength girdle. This is true. It might be a good idea for you to.
Yes, and always, Hiva, always brag about your best asset. Always. So.
Yes. Yeah.
Why, yeah.
Yeah, you're naturally super strong, with the 17 strength, plus you have that girdle, which brings your strength up to like 21 or something. So, flying carpet. Yeah, so you
Can I
can
only
climb
use
up.
the girdle of strength once, or can I use
No.
it whenever I please?
As long as you're wearing it, you're super strong.
Then
I'll
move
take it off.
aside, kitties.
Yeah,
I
so
could
if you
probably
go,
lift them all, probably.
you could if they start to fall, you'd have a pretty good chance of catching them. But yeah, you definitely can make your way up, especially with that kind of strength, and some rope to support you all. And if you take your time, you won't have any trouble getting up to the top. So you work your way up to the top. You do realize, of course, that as you're climbing up, there's some areas where like your foot slips a little bit. But again, if you're taking your time, you're pretty safe. If you needed to come down this cliff quickly, like there's two ways to come down this cliff. There's slow or there's quickly. So yeah, you know that this is not a fast climb, but it is possible, and you're able to make your way up to the top of the cliff, which set back not that far actually, only about maybe 20 foot back from the cliff, which is kind of rocky at the top. You can see that it's essentially a jungle in front of you. You know that these ruins are somewhere in the center of this island, but you're just looking out at this like spread of thick foliage and trees. You hear some birds and stuff, but you don't see immediately any animals on the top. No goats or anything.
What about sheep?
No sheep either.
Oh. You said it's a jungle?
What is a quarrel?
Yeah.
Out of curiosity.
A quarrel is an arrow
What's
for
a
a crossbow.
quarrel?
A quarrel is an arrow for a crossbow.
Ah, I knew that.
Of course you did. What about iguanas? No iguana.
Well,
Yeah.
I suppose we should just head towards the center then.
Okay.
I will
You're gonna move in through the jungle.
Wade my way.
Again, a visual on the sides. It looks like the jungle like wraps around from where we're
Exactly.
standing. It's pretty the whole. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably circle around it if you want. You want to take a lap around the island. It's not huge. It's probably a couple miles. If you want to
I
find a
wonder
place.
actually do the rumors of the ruins say that they were once of any particular any height? Like if I were to climb up a tree, would I might potentially see like a structure of some kind in the middle of the island?
Right. So from what you've heard, this was actually quite an elaborate setup, and there would be tall buildings in there. Of course, now they're ruins, so they won't be tall. But from climbing a tree, you might be able to see a depression, let's say, where the ruins might be.
Okay. I think I'll give that a go.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're gonna climb. You're only in leather armor, right? So, yeah, you should be able to climb a tree, no problem.
Yeah.
You climb
leather
up.
armor.
Yeah, you'll make your way
Yeah,
to the
kinda
top of a tree. You realize there are some animals. Obviously, as you're starting to climb up, some lizards and stuff kind of make their way off, and they scramble away from you. What's the rest of the party going to do while he's climbing up? While Jerry's climbing up?
I'm going to wade my way into the melee wielding 2 battle axes.
Okay. Well, there's no melee happening currently, but
Well, we don't know what the forest is yet. It could be.
that's right.
The trees
some in the
are
forest.
against us.
If you're worried, I can cast Detect Evil if you'd like.
Would you like to detect evil cast?
Yep.
I think we should save that. I don't know if there's anything here
Okay.
immediately.
I can wait for the ruins. That's fine.
What evil lurks in the heart of men? So I don't
I
know. Is there
think
anything
we
evil there?
don't
Go.
Ellen's gonna step just kind of into the trees a little bit with her using her staff to kind of move some branches aside. She wants to look for a a bird.
Okay. Roll a d6.
4.
You do not see a bird there, but you see a big old iguana.
Oh. Hello
Kind of
there,
looks at
friend.
you. It's like, like lizards do. You suspect the birds may have started to fly away because Jerry's like shaking the tree as he's climbing up.
Yeah.
Causing that.
Yeah, she'll just talk to her lizard friend then.
Okay. It
Oh,
doesn't
you want
seem to say
control
much.
the world.
It could still know common. We just don't.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to immediately talk back to you when you give it talk to it, which is probably a good thing. So you climb to the top of the tree, and strangely, you actually see several tall buildings towards the center of the island. They're of a dark kind of green stone. There's a couple of spires kind of coming up, and you see kind of a large kind of dome-shaped building that's maybe about, you would guess from your you being up high, that it's got to be like maybe a 3-4 story building, about, with a large dome.
And I can like roughly gauge the distance. I mean, it's in the middle of a relatively small island.
It's about 2 miles around the island, so it's like maybe a quarter of a mile into the very thick jungle.
Pi r squared.
What do you see, Gary?
I'm totally Gary. I see. Yes, I see some structures ahead. A spire, a dome, some other stuff. About a quarter mile that way.
Spire and dome sounds promising for magic.
Yeah, wizards like their spires and domes.
Absolutely do.
I climb back down now.
Yes,
Indeed.
come down. I might have a way to get us a lead there. It can be confusing going through these jungles. And Ellen is gonna take her shepherd staff, and she's gonna tap it on the ground, and she's gonna use its magic to do control animal, or it's commanding. But she's gonna use it on the iguana, and she's going to say like, "Take us to the center of the island."
Okay, nice. Yeah, the iguana looks at you, sticks out its tongue a couple times. I won't do that because it's a family channel. And then everybody roll a d6.
Ooh. I got a 1.
5.
It's either really good or really bad.
Four.
Okay. How about Ellen? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
5.
5. Okay. Well, Jerry or Gary. Yeah,
Gary.
everybody starts moving in, and you hear very, very softly the sound. It sounds like singing. Very soft song, and it seems to be coming kind of from around, just around the corner of the woods. It's like, do I hear something? I think I hear some singing, and the rest of them are kind of moving up into the woods.
Not coming from the lizard.
Definitely not. The lizard is not singing at this point.
Okay.
It might later.
I think I hear some singing
Singing.
from over there. Let me go check this out. I'm gonna like kind of crouch low and try to sneak my way towards the sound.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
Well,
Sounds
now I'm
suspicious.
Following my lizard.
You're just gonna follow the lizard and leave Jerry to his.
Sorry.
Well, you can. It's fine. You went off and he heard you back. You don't. Go ahead.
Can I like tell the lizard to stop, or would I have to use another charge?
Yeah, you
for
can
that?
just roll it for 1 turn per charge. So that's 10 minutes. So yeah.
Okay. So she'll say, "Wait right there, lizard," and and then she'll head back to see what Gary is up to.
I'm gonna tell Gary, wait just a second. Singing? Let me do detect magic.
Yeah, sure, you can do detect magic. What's the range on that? You have to be able to see it. Well, I guess you can hear it. You hear magic. For sure.
Okay.
It seems to be
It
some kind of
says,
magic.
Sounds intriguing.
It's quite lovely.
Yeah. Okay.
As you can tell by
Okay.
my
Really
want to go-
impersonation of it. La 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 la.
I really want to go check this out.
I don't know if you
The
do.
la la la's, they just.
Gary,
Come
let's
to
be
la, la,
rational.
la, 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 la.
This
It's
is me being
Singing
rational.
voice
Well-
in the woods.
It's magic, Gary. It's definitely magic
Exactly.
voice.
You
Exactly.
can hear the
Powerful.
waves. The waves are like rushing. Like,
Man, oh, Gary.
and then the
Yeah, this-
music is like la 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 come.
This could be
Gary,
amazing.
la, la.
No, Gary, if there's one thing I learned from
Gary.
my father, it's don't follow the weird magic voices in jungles.
I agree.
But they sound nice.
That was a good lesson if it
Eric.
was the only one you ever learned.
Look, if I want a vacation, it's here, right?
Very specific lesson. That's what I'll say right there.
Yeah.
You only
One
know
thing
one
very
thing.
specific.
Bringing a young hormonal boy along on our journey.
Nice.
Gary.
All right, so Garrett, go ahead and roll 2 6-sided dice. You're gonna make a save here. You need to get a 7 or better to see if you can resist the power of the music that you're being drawn to.
Better being lower or higher?
Higher than 7.
Oh, wow. Barely.
Oh, okay.
I got 8.
Okay, you start to move towards it, and then you realize you're feeling a bit of a compulsion. That feels a little unnatural. I mean, it still sounds lovely, but your compulsion seems to drop a little bit.
Yeah.
Come on,
Makes me think that it's not real.
Too
No,
good to be
no.
true.
Yeah, too good to be true. I'll probably, if I go there, I'll probably end up, being mauled to death by a plant of some kind that looks like what I want it to look like or whatever. I don't know. It's fake. We should move on. Let's follow the lizard.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, buddy. Take us to the center of the island.
Yeah, so the lizard turns and sticks its tongue out, and then, it's an iguana, so it's like. You're like, it's going incredibly slow. You're like,
This is why I was looking for a bird.
I mean, how long? What is the land speed of an iguana? We need to know this right now. And somebody in the chat let us know how fast an iguana goes.
As a
I'm
kid, I
guessing
used
not
to
very
have one.
fast.
Oh, as a kid, my brother used to have one. They were pretty quick, actually.
Yeah, they can move quick, I guess, when they need to.
Yeah. It depends, though. How big is this iguana? Is it like full grown, like a 4 or 5 feet?
Yeah, this is an iguana. It's big. You couldn't ride it, but it's big. We're talking 3, 4, 5
Yeah.
feet. Yeah.
Okay.
21 miles per hour. Okay, that's fast. All right, so
European red.
the iguana starts moving. You're actually stressing the kid to keep up with it as it kind of weans its way through this jungle. Wow, that's really fast. That's faster than me. All right, so
Yeah, they're pretty fast. But it may stop to look back to see if we're still there, right?
yeah, I mean, you said lead me, so yeah, I'll say so. We can definitely get there within 1 charge of your staff. So you move through the jungle. It probably has to stop periodically with its incredible speed. Eventually it kind of you see, like, you're kind of in the jungle and all you see around you are trees. You're kind of pushing out of the way. You're swinging your 2 battle axes to chop down the branches as you go through it. You got your shepherd's crook, and everybody's kind of working their way through these branches. And then you kind of push the foliage to the side, and you see, like, no more than 5 feet in front of you, there is a wall, a solid wall, probably 30 feet tall, of this kind of green stone, like a dark green stone, almost like a marbly stone, but it doesn't have, like, the veins in it.
Yeah, this is the kind of stone that I saw the buildings made out of. I think we're
Wow.
basically here.
Ellen's gonna thank her lizard friend for leading them here, and she's gonna take her water skin and pour some water somewhere so that he'll be able to drink from it.
Okay, yeah. It's pretty happy. I think you have wine in your water skin, which is nice. The iguana drinks happily of the water, and you're basically faced with this this wall. It's about 30 feet tall. I mean, it's hard to know exactly. You don't have a ruler. There's, and again, like the tree line is only maybe like 5-6 feet back. It's like it literally like stops, and then there's just like an empty space. In fact, the probably branches and stuff almost kind of over you a bit still. And it's round, like everything on this island apparently. It's curved, so you kind of look around and you don't see any end to it either direction, but it doesn't look to be too big.
You have that wand, don't you?
I
Yes, this might be a good time for that.
I will pull out the wand. And I'll say, if there's a door, show me.
Okay. It does. I mean, I'll say a door. It's secret doors, right?
Secret doors and traps, according to
Okay. So yeah, you wield the wand around. It seems to be signaling that you should move off to your right a bit. And as you kind of follow the pull of the wand, you actually see that it's not. I mean, it's secret to you because you couldn't see it, but around the corner there's what looks to be a setback where there's some kind of an entrance through the wall, like a gatehouse, basically.
Okay. I'll motion to the others. Can I use a charge of the wand to see if the door is trapped?
Sure. Yeah. You kind of you use the wand. It's actually a like a portcullis. And it's down, of course, and he does not detect any traps. There's no traps on it.
Well, here we are.
What a handy device.
Yeah.
Well,
and as you kind of look through this portcullis, you can see that there's, of course, a winch like on the other side, like probably like 15 feet back, so you can make it go up, obviously. And you can see that sitting on the ground next to the winch, kind of like on the ground with their heads on their chest, like they're maybe sleeping or maybe dead, are two guards. They're just kind of lounging there. Maybe you think they're dead at first because you're, pessimists, but then you hear like a snore, and they seem to be asleep. Looking into the space, you see these roads that seem to come into the very tightly packed area, like a city, but real small and tightly packed. But the road that you're looking down seems to go straight into the center of it, and in there you see where the spires and the domed building are.
These two guards. I've heard a story like this once. I bet one tells only truth and the other tells only lies.
Let's. Oh.
Perhaps
Are you meowing?
Should we tie them up before we wake them? We have two things of rope.
Well, they're about 15 feet behind a portcullis, which is like a bars coming down. So you'd have to be pretty skinny to fit
over
through there.
the wall.
Or you can lift it, I suppose.
Well, let's see. I say we just wake them.
Yoo-hoo! Pardon me, guards.
You call to the guards, and they kind of get their helmets like tipped down over their eyes, like a country policeman. He kind of pushes his helmet back, looks at you, and he says, "Oh, you must be the mercenaries that they're hiring for the defenses." And he starts to kind of get up. He's like pushed on the wall, and then he kind of like slips back down onto his butt, and he says, "I think, and he falls back to sleep.
Mercenaries! Yeah, that's us. Reporting for duty.
When you clap and you yell, and he said, the other guard looks up and he says, "Oh, mercenaries!" Open up. Then he pushes, and the other guy falls over. And he kind of looks and he says, "Well, you should probably come back more reasonable."
I'm going
And he
to
seems
dump
to fall asleep.
half of my water skin on each one.
You're going to splash water on them? Okay. All right, they're wet.
it away.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like,
Waste. What a waste.
Like through the portcullis.
Well, I guess maybe we should just work together to try to lift this.
Okay. That seems reasonable.
sure.
Eva?
Joe's got a 15 strength.
You've got point.
Oh, I've got this. Easy. Okay, I'm gonna take like my pointer finger and be like, lift it with all my.
You're gonna
Just
reach
remember-
down and lift it up like a. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you are as strong as a giant, so you can hear the chain being wound back up as you you see the thing spinning, and the one guy that was leaning against the wall hits him in the face and he falls on the ground. Doesn't seem to wake him up. And yeah, you are able to lift it up. It actually stays because the way they're designed, it stays up until you unlock it. So you lift it up and it stays up. And yeah, it's clear that you guys are still laying on the ground snoring.
Ellen is going to say, "Oh, you know what? I just thought about something. Let me see if I see any magics around here." And she's going to cast Detect Magic herself.
Oh yeah, everything that you see is magic. The ground, the walls, the guards. Except for you guys, of course. You see that Hiva has a very magical belt.
I have a magic sword.
Right, and that Jerry has a magic sword. But yeah, see, this entire place is radiating a very, very strong magical aura.
Oh, yes, this place is just caked in magic.
Makes my scars itch.
We're in a false reality. Everything here is fake.
All right. I say one of us have a rope tied around us, and let's just one of us go in first to make sure we're not going to fall asleep. And if we do, we can just drag out whoever went in.
Gary, you
I like doing this. Yes.
tie a rope to Gary.
All right, so you're gonna
All
tie a
right,
rope
Gary,
around.
have fun.
All right, yeah, you're able to tie a rope around Gary, no problem. And you walk into the space where the guards are, I guess. Or maybe
I'm
even a
gonna
little
lean
beyond.
over to Ellen and say, "What a sucker!"
You don't feel tired or anything.
Okay. And now it's mostly one street, right? Or it branches off.
Yeah,
Like
so
from where the guards
what
are.
you can tell from this is that, so you kind of walk forward a bit now that you're standing out here. What it looks like is that the place is set up as a, because you saw it from above, so you have a general idea. It's basically round, and there's an interior road that you would imagine, you're not 100% sure without walking around the whole thing, that goes around like a circle. And from that, there's like spokes, roads that go in to the center where the domes are. So from where you're standing, you could circle around. You could go to any number of these buildings that are here, or you could go straight down the center to the domes. There doesn't seem to be anybody around. You even though it's like kind of the morning, normally like people would be up like doing laundry or, selling egg sandwiches on the street or something. There's like, there's nobody except for these two guards that you can see.
Okay.
Going just a little further. We have 50 feet of rope. Don't worry.
Yeah, just keep
Okay,
going.
I'll go 50 feet in.
You do all the ways in.
I'll
Yeah, so
go
you
all
go
the
up
way in.
beyond the
I'm looking
the
at the
intersection.
buildings. Like, see
Yeah.
if I can like see into windows and stuff.
Yeah, you can. I mean, if you look in, it looks like most of the windows seem to be draped in these like what you would imagine. I mean, you have to walk up and check them, obviously, but you would imagine to be high quality like silken draperies in the windows. You see some like glimmers of light from the inside, as if maybe there were fire burning that have now kind of died out. So there's a little bit of light inside, but of course it's light outside, so to get the ratio. But you still don't feel tired at all. You feel, I mean, however you want you to feel. Like there's no magical tiredness upon you. Apparently we're putting the chat's falling asleep. All right. They're all falling asleep. There is a spell.
I'll motion like.
Okay, yeah, we'll go. If he says it's okay, I would follow.
Oh, you're gonna follow?
Mm-hmm.
But behind her, I'm going last. I'm a magic
Oh, I
user.
see.
I'll go first.
So you're holding the rope, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can
I'm
one
gonna
at a
lean to
time.
Ellen
You
again and say, "Oh, typical Ethis." Ugh.
That's right.
yeah. So one at a time, you move in, kind of testing the water, so to speak. And before long, you're all kind of standing in that space, about 50 feet in, just beyond that first circular road that runs the circumference of the interior. You do see, by the way, too, once you're inside and you look up, you can see this wall is about 30 feet high. It's got it's crenulated, so it's got the little, like a castle wall. And you can see there's about a 5-foot wide walkway around the whole thing. And there's a set of stairs that goes right by the guard tower, so you could get up on the wall if you wanted to. Just a very simple set of stairs going up. Any of the buildings you come across, they all have these kind of heavy wooden doors that seem to be incredibly high quality with well varnished and stuff, so they look really like brand new. Everything in this place looks brand new. Sparkling.
I'm going to knock on one of the doors and say, "Yoo-hoo! Anybody home?"
Okay. Okay, yeah, you knock on the door. No, there is no answer from the door. But when you knock on it, possibly because you're super strong or just possibly because it was left ajar, the door kind of creaks open a bit.
I've done it again.
What do you see, Hiva?
What do I see?
What does she see? Let me open my document because I wasn't ready for that. Okay, good. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you are looking into what seems to be like a greeting room or a study of a house. There's tapestries lining the walls. They're quite well made. You can see that there's a kind of some divans and like pillows all spread across the floor. There's like a low table in the center. Sitting on there is a jade and silver tea service. You don't see any smoke coming up or anything, so it doesn't look like there's any hot tea in there or anything. But you can see that it's like a beautiful tea service sitting on this table, and there's like large tapestries. You would imagine that there's probably doors that come out of this room, and perhaps they're behind the tapestries because you don't see any doorways. It just looks like a single room.
Very fancy. Very fancy indeed.
Well, let's see if there's anyone home.
Yoo-hoo! Anybody home?
I'm gonna take the rope and wrap it back up. Wow.
Okay, yeah. So you call out again. Nobody answers.
Ellen is gonna go and check behind the curtains, see if there are door or the tapestries.
Sure. Yeah, you come in, and the largest tapestry in the back seems to be this like really beautiful hunting scene. It seems that there are men dressed in kind of a similar style, though not dressed exactly the same as the guard you saw. Kind of archaic armor with bows. They're huntsmen, and they are taking down what appears to be a unicorn that is peppered with arrows. Seems like it's the killing of a unicorn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hunters.
Yeah.
One, this intrigues me. Well, it intrigues Gary. And two, I've actually seen a tapestry of that in real life. Oh.
As they're
Look at that.
Yes, that's disturbing. As they're looking at that, can I look at the tea set and see if it looks like it's ever been used, or if it looks brand new,
Yes.
like everything else?
When you look into the tea set, you see that it is the vessels and the teacups and stuff are all of jade, and the teapot itself has they've got silver inlay, and the tray is silver, and the spoons are silver. And when you look at it, you can see that there's remnants of tea in there. And if you would open the teapot a little bit, there's even a little bit of like liquid in the bottom, and you can see the leaves in there.
Okay.
So yeah, it looks like it was used like today, you would imagine.
Oh,
Someone
the leaves
has
look
been home.
fresh.
Yeah, that looks like it.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
I feel like this could be one of two situations. Either everything here is magically not aging, or they're just so secluded, and this just recently happened, a bad thing.
Those are
Hmm.
good possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a door
I think-
behind the tapestry?
I'm sorry, yes, you went to the tapestry. When you pull back the tapestry with the unicorn, you indeed find a door behind it. It's you can tell it's an interior door. It's much kind of smaller than the exterior door, though it's still of fine wood, like maybe teak wood, and it's carved with forest symbols, trees and stuff like that.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Ellen will just open the door.
Yeah, the handle is of gold. It's a gold handle. So you turn the door handle and it opens up into the room, and you are looking into. It's kind of probably it's dark, first of all, compared to where you were, so it takes a second for your eyes to kind of adjust to it. You're just using the light that's been coming in through the door, essentially, because this place is not lit up. You can see that it looks like, essentially, the room has been destroyed. It looks like it probably had beautiful paintings on the wall and inlays and things like that, and it's all been, like, torn down, and there's just, like, dust and piles of refuse and wood and fabric just like piled up in the center of the room.
I found trouble in paradise.
Except in the very center of the room, there is a small table. It's a three-legged table. It's about just like a small three-legged table, like this big. And sitting on that table is a small tray that just barely is smaller than it. The tray is made of gold, and on it is a goblet, and the goblet is studded with gems.
Is there anything in the goblet?
Would you like to go into the room?
Yeah,
Yes.
Ellen will.
Yeah.
Oh, Ellen, you go
Okay.
ahead.
Yes, no reason to.
She's
no
like, "I'll
no
take
need
it."
to
You
sacrifice
go.
everyone at once.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna go. Somebody will have to hold the tapestry open so you can have some light in there. And Ellen moves in, and the goblet is filled. It looks like it's filled with wine, dark red wine.
Is it unlimited wine?
And weirdly enough, there's not even any dust on it.
Like in the
Nobody
wine?
wants dusty wine. Yeah.
Anybody want this wine here? Because if not, I mean,
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
A perfectly good cup of wine go to waste. I mean,
Well, I mean,
I'm all
if you want to
for
take
trying
it,
things.
It's probably magic. Just saying.
As long as it's not
I mean-
fake. If it's real wine, that's okay.
well, I mean, if you would like to try it, Hiwa, be my
I
guest.
do. I want to give it like a
Or
little
Gary,
taste.
yes, either one.
All right. So who's gonna try the wine? We got two volunteers, two
Yeah,
fighters.
2 volunteers.
I'll fight you for it, Gary.
Oh no fighting. If you really want it,
We can split it. Do you want to split it?
I was just gonna try like a little sip, just to see if it's good
Okay.
or bad. Spit it out if it's bad, that kind of thing.
Like a wine tasting.
Yeah. I mean, I know my wines. I think.
All right. So you're gonna
Gary.
go up to this goblet. What you're gonna go in the room as well, Hiva, or are you gonna wait outside while he drinks the wine?
I mean, on the one hand, I am curious, and I do love the drama. But on the other hand, Gary, if you're volunteering, I mean, who am I?
Okay.
That's why we bring Gary. He volunteers for stuff.
Yeah. See, you walk
Gary
in.
the Canary in a coal mine.
Gary the Canary. He has a new name.
Wait. So the room, it's like everything's all torn up.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like. I mean, you're a hero. You've been through some adventures here. This looks like a ruin, and you knew that you were supposed to be looking for ruins. If it wasn't for the fact that it had walls, it would look like you would imagine a ruin would look like. All the artwork on the walls is like collapsed in, and the floor is covered with dust and broken pieces of marble and stuff like that. Yeah, like you're walking through a dusty space.
Okay. Yeah, what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna take the. Well, first I'm gonna grab the goblet.
Okay.
See if that does anything. Lift it up.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you grab the goblet.
Okay.
You have
And
it.
then I'm going
It's good.
to pour a little bit out, just a tiny bit, onto the floor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you do that. Doesn't seem to do anything
Doesn't look
noticeable. No. I mean, there's a little wine on the floor now. You hear so like the physical pain coming from Hiva that you're wasting wine, but otherwise nothing.
But does the level of wine in the goblet go down when I do that?
It does seem to go down, yes.
Okay.
What are you doing?
And then
Gary?
I'm gonna take a little sip.
Gary, that's
Small
alcohol
little-
abuse.
Yeah, you take a little bit in your mouth. It's full bodied. It's got some notes of nutmeg and
Swish it around.
cinnamon. Swirl it around. It's pretty delicious actually.
All right. Yeah. This tastes great.
Are you going to try?
Does anybody
some,
else
Eva?
want to try some?
Give it here, child.
Okay, so you want to try some? It is a very good wine, as noted.
That is
nutmeg,
very good wine.
Cinnamon.
Would you like some, Ellen? Would you or wait? Let me get the other name. Or Athis? Would you, Ellen? Athis? Anybody?
Oh, I wouldn't. If it's really good, I wouldn't dream of denying you the pleasure. You go ahead.
Yes, please. It's all
Ellen?
yours. It's all yours.
You drink it all.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, Gary.
Wow.
Just want some more.
As you drink it down, you feel
No, it's
something
fine, it's fine.
hit your tooth as you empty the goblet.
I
Yeah,
lose
and
my
you-
tooth.
No, you feel something like hit your tooth, like there was something in the wine, a solid thing.
Can I
And then,
spit
you
it out
Yeah. Where do you spit it out onto? Into the glass or into your hand?
into the glass? I guess.
Okay. Yeah, there is a really large emerald. It's probably as big as your eye.
Ooh, don't mind if I do.
That's
Well,
interesting.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Indeed it is.
Finders
Oh, yeah.
keepers.
Took the risk. I don't have
Of
any problem
course.
with that. Not that there was any risk, of course.
Well,
Pastor
never
would
know if
never
there's a
let
risk.
anything happen to us.
Now, of course, the goblet itself has some value, as does the tray, if you want to take those items. But the emerald is quite valuable, you can tell.
that we do.
Are there any other doors or anything in this room?
There's actually, as you're looking around, like you're thinking that, you're like, I don't really see anything. And what you actually see is not a door so much as a bunch of rocks that have kind of collapsed down, like almost like there was a wall that collapsed, but yet the wall is still standing there. And in between those collapsed rocks, you actually see a flickering of light, almost like it's a cave.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, over here, looks like there's some rocks leading into a cave.
Oh, good, more adventure. Let's go. Maybe there'll be another wine glass.
Oh yes, more wine. I'm a little bit drunk at this point. So let's go right ahead into those lights.
So
It's a
if
good
you
thing that
are
you're a
to-
really good fighter when you're drunk.
probably just swing wildly.
I'm ready, Freddy.
So as you're going to come into this room and basically have to drop that large tapestry, which I'm assuming you're not taking with you, the unicorn tapestry, because it's quite big. I put that one in there for you, E. But anyways, it's going to be dark if you go into. You can move around in the dark if you want, but it will be quite dark.
Ellen will light up a torch.
I also have a lantern that I can use.
All right. Do you want to light both?
I also have a torch, but I don't trust myself, so I'll give it to you, Gary.
Yeah, I'll light up my lantern unless you need the
okay.
light.
Yeah.
I don't think I need a torch. I'll just use my sword and shield.
Yeah, with two people
Hopes and
riding light, you
dreams.
should be totally fine. I mean, even with just one at this point, you're so close together. Yes, you move forward. You're gonna move forward, Ellen, towards the cave area.
Yes. And like, does it look like we would have to move these rocks?
No, you would almost like you'd go through them essentially. You'll have to kind of get down, not necessarily on your hands and knees, but you'll have to stoop down, especially Eva being 6'2".
Okay. Yes. Let's see what Haster has in store for us in this place. And Ellen will go ahead and lead the way through the cave.
Nice, yeah. Yes, you crouch down, with your torch, and you're kind of moving into this cave area, and you're kind of moving forward. You can, even though you're thinking, well, I should be able to see pretty far in front of me with a torch, right, in this dark space. It seems like the interior of the cave is kind of eating up the light, and you're only really seeing a few feet in front of you, and maybe because it's so tight or so confined. But then you kind of take a couple steps forward, and you kind of stand up, and you see that all of you, because you all kind of move together. You're standing in kind of a large banquet hall. The ceilings are like 35 feet tall. There's, depending from the ceilings, are these huge chandeliers that are loaded with candles. So the place is quite bright. There's a large table in the center. There's about 10 people around the table. They all seem to be dead or unconscious. And you can see the table itself at one point had a tremendous feast on it that seems to have been consumed by these people, probably as their plates are dirty and all the meat and everything is half eaten, and you see plates of things that are empty and such. Giant bowl of mashed potatoes with no mashed potatoes in it. Some chives.
Gary, I think you should try some of that leftover meat. See what happens.
It's not as appetizing as the wine was.
Oh, Gary.
Besides,
How far-
there's very little left.
How far away are the people from us right now?
It's a pretty large space, but the table's big, so I would say they're probably maybe 20, 30 feet away from you. Once again, you don't really see any doors here, but you do see lots of tapestries lining the walls, so your thought process might be that, that's kind of the nature of it.
Okay. I would like to put...
I won't-
oh, go on. Sorry.
No, you go.
Okay, I'll put my lantern away since you said it's bright in here.
Okay.
And I will take my 10-foot pole, and I'll walk a little closer, and I'll poke one of the people. See if they move.
The first time the 10-foot pole comes out, everybody drink.
Yep.
All this time she's been carrying a 10-foot pole, nobody noticed.
Nobody noticed.
Where'd you have that?
Oh,
I've had it.
is that one of those extending poles?
Yeah, it goes from 10 feet to 10
Yes,
feet.
telescoping. Yep, I'm the magic user. That's right.
Yeah. So you walk up with a 10-foot pole, and you, even though oftentimes they say, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole, you in fact do touch it with a 10-foot pole. You poke one of the people. They kind of move like that, and
Okay.
then kind
So
of
similar
flop
to
their
the
face back
guards,
down.
the way the guards.
Yeah,
react.
except they're even less, like they don't even like say anything. They just kind of wobble and then kind of go back down until what seems to be asleep.
Okay.
I want to check something real quick with my sword.
Okay.
This sword detects sloping passages,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to see if we've been going up or down this time, while we've been walking
Nice.
into.
Yeah. So you grasp your sword. Does it have a name? I didn't give it a name, so I'll give it a name.
Mr. Dragon Sword.
Mr. Dragon's Sword. And you get a feel. It kind of it's almost like when you hold it, it's almost like looking at a level. Like your brain just starts to see. And yeah, you actually realize that behind you, kind of where you came from, which now is just a tapestry hanging there, is actually a higher position, not by much. Probably in the course of the entire, 40, 50 foot room, it only goes down about half an inch, but in fact, you are going down.
I think we're heading downwards. I'm a little worried if this might not be the direction that we should be going. or potentially maybe this is a back entrance to a dungeon or basement for the. We're going in the direction of the domes and towers, right? Like
More or
More or
less, yeah. I
less.
mean, everything kind of heads towards the center, yeah.
Well, do you
Oh,
want
why
to?
not?
Yeah.
What else?
I mean, if this goes towards the towards where the dungeon is, then I think we're heading in the right direction.
Right. Besides, I can take anything that comes our way.
we do seem to be going more and more toward sleepiness. I'm gonna say sleepiness. Whatever it is that's causing people to be drowsy, like these people, right? These ones are worse off.
Good, then we can destroy the source of this evil and wake everyone up. That's even more reason for us to continue on. Good job, Gary, giving us encouragement like that.
Right. And Gary, we just drank a mysterious goblet of wine in the middle of a dusty room, and you're afraid
looked
to go
tasty.
into a basement?
It was tasty.
Maybe there's more tasty wine.
As you're saying that, Hiva, you kind of talking to him, and you kind of look to the side, and you see that next to the table, there's actually a large jug of wine. Yeah.
Well, it looks like this could be a party.
Have at it.
Yeah, just
It's-
try not
it's
to
a
get
bit-
too inebriated.
I
We
feel
do-
like maybe I shouldn't get completely. I might need my strength.
Well,
We
we can
don't-
pour it out and see if there are gems in it.
That is true. I mean,
Oh.
we could drink a little bit. Let's see.
Could do that.
Oh, we don't want a repeat of last time. That's all I'm saying.
How so? Finding more gems and having a delicious time.
Yes.
All right, maybe I'll pass on the wine. Be responsible. Set a good example for the children.
Well, I'll pour the wine out into one of the empty bowls. Pour the pitcher into one of the bowls.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yep.
Roll 2d6.
Okay. 10.
Yeah, 10 emeralds pour out of the jug.
Oh my goodness.
Finders keepers. No, I'll share. I'll dole them out.
No, you.
Oh, you don't have to share with me, but Hastur would gladly take a donation.
What does a sheep god need with an emerald?
To help the sheep herders, of course. I mean, sheep herders
Expenses.
have expenses. Yes,
All right, here.
they have to get their staffs from somewhere.
That's right. The fancy
So far.
staffs are expensive. The
The
crooks.
warhammers, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'll
there's
hold on to them.
Yeah, I mean everybody here, by the way, is while the dress is kind of archaic. They are dressed to the nines. They're very dressed up, and they're all wearing like rings and bracelets, and I mean there is wealth to be had. If you want to rob people that are laying here,
If we want to
sleeping, but-
pickpocket,
Or if we're gonna be saving them and they wake up, then maybe they may reward us.
they'll not be very happy if we pickpocket them.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll take the emeralds, but I'm not going to loot their bodies. They're not.
Okay,
actually
yeah,
dead.
just I wouldn't want you to loot the unconscious people, but just full disclosure.
Poking them with a 10-foot pole is
Right,
probably
yeah.
enough.
Telescope it back in.
All right. So yeah, I mean, you see lots of tapestries hanging on this wall. This are mostly showing, because the decorator didn't have much creativity, so it's the feast hall. So they're showing scenes of feasts. So there's lots of feasts. There's like winter feasts and spring feasts, and the apple feast, and strawberry feast, the feast of the bananas, the feast of broccoli.
Trying to make us hungry.
I'm starving now.
Ellen actually wants to look under the table first to see if there's anything under there that we might have missed.
So under the table, you see two dogs, and they are asleep.
Huh. Well,
Good boy.
they have pets.
Yeah, and you can see probably next to the dogs are like some bones or whatever, like from the feast above.
Opposite the tapestry we entered, is there another tapestry or a door?
Behind the tapestry that you entered?
Opposite.
Opposite. Okay.
This.
Yeah, sure. Yes, there is. When you go to that one, that's the Feast of the Broccoli. And when you pull it aside, there's actually an archway, but it's quite small. It's only about 3 foot tall.
Ellen's gonna take one of those bones.
The dog bone?
Yep, she's gonna take a dog bone.
All right.
So is
It
this
is
a
not
dog
full of
door?
A doggy door.
If it's that small.
Or
And
Or
halfway.
what? Could be.
Some
Sure.
sort of other people. We probably wouldn't be able to fit it through this door, right? Unless we crawled.
Yeah, it's 3 feet tall, so you're going to have to get on your hands and knees if you want to get through it. It's wide enough, but you'd have to,
Well,
kneel
let's
or get
check-
on your hands and knees.
Let's check the other tapestries too.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so in your kind of walking around and exploring the tapestries, you find two other ways. There are two other kind of tapestries that have passageways. These have normal-sized, human-sized archways. One kind of on each side. So you're thinking like the 4 cardinal directions.
Can I open the small door and like look through it?
Sure, it's just a archway, so you could just get down. And
Oh, it's just
peek
an
in there.
archway.
Sure. Yeah, and if
Yeah.
you move the tapestry enough, there's enough light in the room that it reflects in there. It doesn't go back very far, and then it looks like it opens up into what would probably be some kind of a kennel, because you can actually see laying in there about maybe a half dozen dogs. They seem to be asleep.
Oh, okay.
What's the door behind the Feast of Bananas?
So behind the Feast of Bananas, there's actually it's more of an alcove than a hallway. It kind of just opens up into an alcove. And this is kind of an interesting space because it's pretty large. It's kind of opens up and then opens up to about a 30-foot like alcove. It is empty, except for in the very center of the room, there's about a 5-foot tall pedestal of solid jade, and sitting on top is a finely carved wooden head. Human size, and on that head is a headdress. It is it's a gemstone headdress, including countless translucent purple, amethyst, and opaque pale blue gems. It fans about the face of the. It looks crazy valuable, like
that.
crazy valuable, and epic if you wear it because it's. Fancy.
I might just be a little drunk, but I kind of want to wear it. What do you think, guys? Good idea?
Well, purple's your color.
I mean, we could
Go
Could
for
also
it.
be magic.
Strange
be
headdress.
magic.
Could be a.
You only live once, so yeah, I'm gonna do that. YOLO.
Okay. Yeah, so you enter into the space. It actually, you notice it feels noticeably cooler as you walk into the space.
Way cooler.
Yeah.
Once I put
And you are able to place the headdress, which kind of fans out around your face with these beautiful gems, almost giving you like a lion's mane of gems, and they pour down across your face. It's quite stunning. When you turn around, everybody you guys are like, whoa, because you've never seen. I mean, probably nobody's seen anything like this before. It's quite. I mean, even on Eva.
What's that supposed
Wow.
to mean?
Just threw shade at Eva.
Even the
No.
dungeon masters.
No, it looks absolutely stunning. It's crazy.
I am so badass.
Looks
Yeah.
Do you
fabulous.
feel empowered?
I mean, I already did, but now I'm am even more.
Yeah, when you walk out of the room to join the rest of the party, everybody feels a little bit cooler when they're standing near you. Like you guys actually feel the temperature drop a bit as Eva walks towards you.
Okay.
Oh,
This could be a good thing or a bad thing.
are you feeling okay, Eva, or are you Heva? Are you chilly at all?
I mean, I've never felt cooler in my life. I don't know. Am I colder? I don't
No.
think so. I don't.
You don't feel cold.
No. I feel hot, in fact. No, just kidding. Normal temperature. No.
Which is hot.
Well, that's it's interesting. Can you take that off?
Maybe, but why would I want to? Well, let me try.
I mean, do you really want to take it off?
No, but I want to see if I can. I'll put it right back on.
Oh, okay. You gonna take it off?
Can I?
Would you like to?
I guess I think I can take it off. Here, let me show you, Ellen.
Yeah, you pull it off.
Ta-da!
It crumbles to dust.
No!
It falls on the ground.
Ellen! Yes. This is why we can't have nice things, Ellen.
Is there any mark on her face or anything where it was?
It's interesting that she took this. Yeah, there's her hair, which was this beautiful gray, has kind of gone a little bit white. It normally would turn your hair gray, but the one character with gray hair put it
Gray
up.
hair!
Do we still feel cool around her?
No.
Yeah, that was very uncool. Okay.
Yeah, and actually, just out of reflex, you reach down to the pocket where you had stuck that emerald, and that is also turned to dust. In fact, you pat around your body, any treasure you had on you is gone.
Oh, all my gold pieces?
All the gold pieces, yeah.
Oh! I angrily throw the dust at Ellen.
Hester understands your pain, and he will guide you through these troubled times into greener land, into greener pastures.
Shut up,
Ah,
Ellen.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Promises
you would
of
have
God.
imagined that headdress was probably valued at well over 100,000 gold. You've never seen anything like that before in your life, and probably never will again.
Oh. But the biggest loss is my luscious cropped gray hair.
Yes. Yeah, it's got a little bit of white in it.
Oh. I look old now.
Exactly.
You look distinguished.
Yeah, you got
still
just
strong.
slightly more crow's feet and stuff around your face. And
No.
Well, we should probably check out these other tapestries. What about the apple one?
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
So the Feast of the Apples, right? Mm-hmm. So you open up that one, and this is actually another room that's very similar. It's actually across from another room. But in this room, there is actually like a vanity table with a mirror, like kind of one of those round mirrors. And sitting on the table in like an egg cup is an egg. And that egg looks, even from this distance, it looks like it's like scaled. It's a scaly egg, and it's sitting on in front of this mirror.
Edible?
Don't eat it. I'm gonna ask my sword.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you have a sword that slays dragons. Yes.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
don't slay it.
Is this egg
yeah.
dangerous?
Yeah, your sword feels a compulsion to crack that egg.
It might be a dragon egg.
It starts to warm up a little bit. It's kind of like dragons.
I think we should destroy the egg.
I mean, if that's what you think is best.
Dragons.
That's what my sword thinks, and it's the smart one.
Dragon eggs
Okay.
can be very valuable.
I can admit that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna stand behind you while you do this.
Dragons.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, you gonna smash the egg? Okay, good.
Oh yeah, with the sword.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna-
I mean, the egg's not fighting back. So yeah, you come up and you,
Egg sushi.
and the eggs, yeah, it just shatters.
Yeah.
The room gets this kind of greenish glow for a second, and those of you who have innate magic, like the cleric and the magic user, you actually feel like your body just heats up for a second. You don't take any damage, but you just feel like really hot, and then it cools off, and the dust kind of drops to the ground, and now the mirror's there, and the mirror is cracked.
Oh goodness, I think I just had a hot flash.
It's okay. I get them all the time.
You're welcome. I have extinguished that dragon.
You cracked
You've
the
now
mirror.
slayed a dragon.
Well, that will be something for you to brag about when we return home.
Whew.
We won't tell
Mirror.
anyone how old the dragon was.
A dragon is a dragon. Doesn't matter. All right.
Is there anything behind the mirror?
Yes, there is. As you kind of enter into the room and you look behind the mirror, pretty cleverly hidden is what you believe to be a secret door. The reason why you can see it, though, is because it is cracked open and you can see a set of legs kind of sticking out.
Human
Kinda
legs?
like-
Fine riding boots.
Oh.
Ah,
Well, they're
those are
probably
some-
sleeping.
Let's open that up.
Yeah.
Look in there.
Sure. Yeah. If you head over to the what is clearly a door, and you push it open, you see there's a gentleman inside, finely dressed in riding boots. He's got well, he probably had in his hand, but he's now since dropped it, a goblet of wine, because you see it's spilt on the floor there. And he seemed to have been passing through this portal when he fell asleep, as so many are asleep here. You can see that it's kind of a narrow passageway that you don't need the sword to tell you that slopes down into the darkness.
Ellen will check around the wine cup for an emerald.
Sure, there's an emerald there. Why not? We got to be consistent. Yeah. You have to go down a bit, but you see it. Yep.
Yeah, she'll take it, pocket it.
It's funny how Hiva started with all the emeralds, and now she has nothing.
Not even my beauty.
Not even your. Okay. Yeah, so you can see that it kind of slants down, and it's kind of a narrow passageway. I mean, you would know, again, you've been around. A lot of castles have these like secret passages to get you between buildings and stuff, so you assume it's some kind of a secret passage. There again, but even in this kind of narrow passageway, even these walls are lined with tapestries, and I'm assuming you're gonna go into it. As you start to move forward into it, after about maybe 20, 30 feet, you actually find, too, that not only are the walls lined with tapestries, but this hallway is actually carpeted as well. So your footfalls make almost no sound as you kind of are working your way through this narrow, kind of twisted tunnel. And you're definitely going down.
Okay. It's carpeted.
Yep, it's carpeted, and there's no lights per se, but so it's dark, but it's carpeted. It's only maybe 4.5, 5 feet wide, so single file, and there's tapestries on the walls. And you have a distinct sense of the smell of incense as you're walking through here.
Mm.
Ellen will relight her torch since she can't see now. And whenever she walks past the tapestry, she'll just kind of like use her staff to kind of like pull it back a little bit and check to see if there's anything behind it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d6.
Okay. 2.
Okay. So yeah, you pull the tapestry back, and it looks like it's maybe some kind of a shrine. It's not of any kind of god that you've seen before, but it seems religious in the sense that it's got some like a flat area in the front where it looks like there's been some sacrifices left. You know, some food basically in front of a small statue, and there's like a tiny little like incense burning there.
It looks like someone's been worshiping a strange idol in this place.
Don't recognize the god? Well, I suppose you just know Hastur, huh?
Well, I mean, I know of other gods, but
Yeah, it's,
you know,
well, you know what?
Hastur is the only god for me.
Yeah, I mean, actually, if you could roll 3d6, actually 46, because this is pretty obscure. 46 under your intelligence. And actually, I guess the wizard could probably do that too, because you're also started.
Okay.
All right, 46 under my 7 intelligence,
Yeah.
no problem.
Equal to or under your intelligence on 46.
I did not do that.
Okay, yeah, you've never seen this go before.
1, 2, 3. I rolled 9 under 13.
Oh,
I
okay.
rolled 3 ones.
Yeah. Okay, so what is this god?
Oh. He is he he is a he looks very equine. He has a horse head, the man's body, and he is god of grain and wheat and hay. The horses eat hay. And we're behind the apples, so that makes perfect sense.
It does make perfect sense.
The horse god.
All right, so I don't know. Bashagan, y'all, seems to think that you didn't slay a dragon, so we need to take a survey here. Everybody watching, does that count as slaying a dragon or not? I'm going to say it probably counts as a dragon slay, but we'll find out what the chat says. All right, yeah, so there's this horse god there. Yeah, interesting.
Equus, the horse god.
Equus.
Yep.
Equus the horse.
Yep.
I
Prayer to
reached in
Equus
my
is,
pocket.
hey! What's that?
I'll reach into my pocket to give him a sacrifice of 15 gold pieces, but I remember it's just dust, and then I'm like, oh, crumbs. I just put the pile of dust on the sacrificial altar.
Right. Well, you know, it's the thought that counts.
Well, if this is the god of wheat and hay, I should offer a little donation myself. I mean, I'm sure that the Hester must work with him from time to time, and she'll leave her emerald there for the horse god.
Very nice. Okay, excellent. Yeah.
I wondered why this incense smelled like grass.
Not that kind of grass.
No.
Family show.
No. I meant grass, like lawns.
A field.
Exactly.
All right, yeah, so you continue, I assume, down the corridor, poking as you go. Dickie, roll me a d6.
Okay. 4.
Okay. You poke another one, and it seems to actually be it's a door that opens up into a small room that's just loaded with books. Like it's only like a small room, like maybe 4x4, but like it's literally bookcases. Just.
Oh yes. I would like to look at that.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I mean, you go into the room with a torch. No, I'm assuming you use your lantern. You probably don't want to go into the book room full of books with torch. Yeah, and you can kind of, you look around. They seem to be written in languages that you're looking at the spines. Like you can't, they're human languages you would imagine, but they're super archaic. So it's not like it's written in like Bugbear. It's you imagine it's written in some kind of human language, but it's definitely like regional. So it would take some time to interpret them, or magic, I suppose, to know what exactly the book is. But you could take a few if you'd like. There's many books here.
Yeah, I'll take a couple. And actually, we'll do if there's one that looks particularly grimoire-ish, ish, I'll use read languages on that one.
Oh, you're gonna bust out a read language. Okay, hold on. Now I have to come up with a book. This is what players do to you. Let me make a book on the spot. Let me go to my random book generator. This is the book. This book is about stuff. Let's see.
Stuff and things.
Stuff and things. A book about stuff and things. Let's see. Well, roll a d6, I guess.
Okay. 2.
Oh yeah, this is the Satir Tablets. It's called. It's a book bound in oak plates inlaid with iron. Oh, look at you. Well, it depends on. I mean, I guess only you can answer this. It is locked in iron by magic and can only be opened by a maiden.
Oh.
So there you go.
Yeah.
It's an Iron Maiden book, I guess.
I can probably open it.
Okay. Yeah.
I snickered at Ellen. Oh, I would just snicker.
Yeah, this is quite right. She opens it. You're like, I knew it. It's got it's got magical stuff or magical research and stuff in it.
Awesome.
So it could be quite useful and quite valuable to you, anyways. Possibly useful to magical schools and such if you want to try to sell it. But I'm guessing you probably want to keep the magical stuff for yourself. All right, yeah. So
does it appear like there might be any picture books?
They're like, you mean like illuminated?
Or just something that they're full of images.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to read any of this, no matter if I spent years trying to figure it out.
Some of them are illuminated. Sure.
Interesting pictures.
Sure. Yes, there are some that are illuminated, at least in the margins and stuff. Monks got to do something. So yes, there are. If you want to take a book that's got pictures, a picture book. Would you like to know what book it is? Would you like to roll a d6? I feel like I can't have one book that we rolled for and not another.
Okay. All right. I'll do it.
I should not have closed the book, the book thing, the random book generator. All right, roll a d6.
I got a 6.
6. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. This is well, you can read it because you used read languages, so you can read the. This is, in fact, you know what, Vicky? Because this has things that I'm not going to be able to pronounce, I'm going to make you be embarrassed. So I'm just going to send it to you. That's the book.
Oh, come on.
As much or as little as you'd like to feel about that.
All right, Gary, are you ready? Okay.
What is this? What did it say?
What you have found is Theseus' parchments of psychoportation, a librum written upon parchment. It is said to be haunted by the ghost of the human artificer Wine, who fell in the Crimson Crusade. So you have Theseus' parchments of psychoportation.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
It has interesting pictures. I'll keep it.
Yeah, and it's haunted. It's said to be haunted.
Yes, said to be haunted by the ghost of the human artificer Wine, who fell in the Crimson Crusade. So maybe
I like wine.
You can look at the pictures, but I wouldn't try to read the Latin, if you know what I mean. So
That's I was only intending to look at the pictures anyway.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, so you travel on after loading your sack with a couple of these books, and eventually you come to where it seems like this hallway ends in a sense. There's like you know that you're at the back of a giant tapestry.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, well, Ellen
And you've
will
definitely gone down quite a bit.
push it aside with her staff
Okay.
and come into the room with her torch.
Now you push the tapestry aside and you step into this room. This room it's dark, you imagine, like, I mean, you have a torch, so you can see around you, but as your eyes adjust to it, you see there is like this, like almost like a gloom to the room. So it's got like some light in it, but where it's coming from, it's hard to really say. It's just kind of in the space. You can see that the ceilings are quite high, and there's columns just running from floor to ceiling. The entire space is this dark green stone, which you've seen everywhere else. Here the floors are bare because remember you're walking on carpet before, and you see that as you look up into the ceiling, you can see that it's been painted with almost like a cloudy sky at night. So there's like these like dark whites and blacks that kind of blend together. In the walls, because you're near a wall, kind of look around you. They're this green stone, but they almost have a pattern as if almost like they're molted. And of course, there's places, not all over the walls, but there are places where tapestries are hung. As you kind of look around and your eyes start to adjust, you get the torch there. Off to your, pretty far off, about 30, 40 feet off to your right, you see a dais raised up. It's made of copper, it appears to be, with gemstones in it. But more interesting, there is quite a large statue of a curled up serpent. It is so large that it occupies the entire throne, and the tail curves down onto the ground into the space. The head seems to be tucked up inside, so you can't see the head. Behind that throne is a door. Directly across the room from that throne and that door, there is another door. Otherwise, the room has a handful of tapestries hanging and is lofty and empty, essentially.
Who do you think sits in this room? Such a menacing statue.
The serpent is like
It's like
in the
curled up
throne.
in the throne, exactly.
Hmm. Well, go ahead.
I mean, would this be any kind of like a recognition of any kind of god or something that Ellen may know? Or does it just seem like some kind of art?
I mean, giant serpents are sometimes used to reference gods, such as Yig. But this doesn't look like any direct interpretation.
Okay.
And it's like green jade.
Okay.
Well,
There's other tapestries, right? Like, I mean, tapestries around the...
There's a few tapestries hanging around, not as many as you've seen in other places. In here, they are strangely, as you're kind of looking at them, they're kind of far away, so you're kind of squinting at them to get kind of a view of them. They actually seem to be almost like an abstracted art style that seems to depict possibly some kind of a dark wilderness. So you can see like what looks to be splotches of black and dark green and like these kind of dreamscape kind of tapestry looks style.
Mm. And you said there's a door behind the throne?
There's a door behind there's like a dais that rises up with a throne on it with a giant snake statue, and behind it is a door, yeah. And then of course there's a door on the other side too.
Right. But I
Away
like
from
the
the
door the door behind the throne seems interesting to me. So
well,
Like
what
a
do
treasure room.
Maybe. Oh, what if one of us sat in the throne?
I
Kind
volunteer.
of occupied, right?
Well, it's currently occupied by the giant snake statue. I mean, you
Oh,
can try to move
okay.
it, but it looks quite large.
No, okay. All right. I misunderstood.
It's curled up in this throne.
Inside. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of like around it, like like you would.
Oh no,
sit,
yeah,
it
it's
would
like
look
it's like
a snake.
it's like almost like the snake. The way it was depicted is almost like the snake is curled up on it, and just extra parts of it are hanging off because it's too big.
Okay. Okay.
you could try to sit with it. I could draw your picture.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, what
Are
are you gonna do?
you... Maybe don't touch it.
Yeah. No, I won't. Actually, no. You know what? No, it's a snake. Like, why? Like, Like, do you know how many sheep are harmed by snakes?
We don't
How
know.
many?
How many?
Lots of sheep have been harmed by snakes.
Do you want to break it?
This seems like a good time for the detect evil spell before we go
Ah,
breaking things.
yes.
Let me do detect evil on the snake statue.
Okay, so you're going to cast Detect Evil upon the snake statue?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's evil. It's very evil. It probably repulses you a little bit when you cast it. You, like, throw up a little bit in your mouth.
Okay.
Yeah. Your eyes burn. Like, it's evil. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can feel my scars like flare. I will back away and tell Ellen and Kiva, because they had said they might sit. You don't want to touch that. I was joking before, and now there's no joke. That thing is very, very bad.
Go
Perhaps
ahead
it
and roll
is
a
the
d6.
reason
Oh, sorry. Go
that things are so bad here. I say we break it.
I don't know what you'd release if you break it. I'll stand in the back.
Dave, roll a d6.
How
for
about
me.
the evil servant?
Oh.
Sorry.
Here we go. 2.
2. Okay. Nice. Okay, sorry. So what's everybody doing? You're probably like 20-ish feet away from this giant snake statue that's wrapped around the copper throne. So
Yep,
what's
just in
everybody's
case I got
plan
my
here?
sword and shield out.
Okay.
Yeah. Ellen's gonna approach it and she's gonna try and like smack the thing with her warhammer staff.
I'm backing
Okay.
away, given what I felt.
Okay. Are you gonna leave the room and go back into the hallway? Or are you gonna just stay as far away
No,
as
no,
you can from this thing?
just as far away as I can without leaving the room.
Okay. Yeah, if you back up basically to the wall that's as close as where you are, you're probably about as far away as you can be from it. The room's mostly circular, so you're
Okay, that's fine.
how about you're drawing your sword? Are you going to approach it, Jerry, or are you just going to stand back and see what happens when the cleric Ellen attacks?
Yep. Staying back, watching what happens, but I'm just ready with the now. Kind of like.
Okay. How about Eva? What's your plan? There's a giant snake statue that is about to be violated by Ellen.
Oh, you already know that I'm going to wade my way into the soon-to-be melee, wielding 2 battle axes.
Nice.
Uh,
I was surprised by that.
before Ellen does strike it, Daniel, she's gonna cast bless. She's gonna call down blessings of Hastur. Please help me to slay this evil serpent and cast blessed upon us.
Okay.
Which gives us an extra attack die and also an extra morale.
Oh, nice. So one extra die. Okay, I was going to look it up, but I can't remember what it does. Okay, good. That's cool. And it for the whole party, right? Because it's like an area effect.
Hold on. During any turn, the prospective recipients. Yes, it says recipients, so it looks like.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're gonna move up on this thing. Since you're casting a spell, I was gonna give you a surprise because clearly this thing's about to come to life. But since you're taking time to cast a spell, we'll roll to see if it wakes up because there is a chance that it'll wake up. It does not. Okay. So yeah, you guys move up on it with the blessings of Hastur, the god of sheep herders, and yeah. So this thing is heavy foot, or you could fight it on the fantasy chart, I suppose, if you want to. But if
I'm
you
also heavy
want-
foot, so I attack as a heavy
Okay.
foot against a heavy foot.
Okay, it is heavy foot. Heavy
One
foot
die
versus
per
heavy
man,
foot.
6 hits.
Okay, go ahead and roll your dice.
Yes. She swings her hammer and slams it right in the head.
Nice. And does it die?
1 hit. Yes.
1 hit. Nice. Okay, so Marissa, you are actually attacking as how many armored foot?
Okay, when worn, fight as 8 armored foot. I guess
Okay.
that doesn't.
Yep. Okay, so this thing defends as heavy foot. So that means you get 1 die per man, so 8 dice. You're gonna roll 8 6-sided dice, and any 5s or 6s will be hits.
Alrighty. Here we go. 3,
3 6s?
5. Hey-ya.
Okay.
2 crackers. 6. Hey-ya.
2.
4. Oh. 2. 2. How many is that so far? I've lost count. I'm old. Sorry.
5.
5. Okay. 2. 1.
Oh, okay. So you hit twice. Yeah, you cleave deep into this thing, and stone flecks off, but also this like dark green ichor, almost like blood. You probably didn't expect that from the stone statue as it spins around, and it attacks his 3 heavy horses.
Oh,
Yeah, well, since you did the most damage there, Eva, you're about to get targeted. What do you defend as? What's your armor defend as?
Well,
At the top should say defends as.
I'm look. It's heavy foot.
Okay. So this thing is heavy horse versus heavy foot is 3 dice per man, 5 or 6 hits. All right, so it's rolling 9 dice. Oh god. Okay, that's 3. And it gets, that was 5, so it gets 4 more dice. Oh my god, you are so lucky. I rolled 3 1s and a 4. Okay, yeah, so you have 4 hit dice, right? So this thing wraps out around you and tries to cut through you. So probably as you're swinging your axe, you smash it back, and it just, I mean, it comes this close to crushing you as you push it back away from you. The snake now starts to extend its body out, and you see that this thing is actually has some kind of semblance of life. Its eyes look like they're huge sapphires, red sapphires, glinting, probably as big as your fist, as this thing kind of circles around, and you feel kind of this putrid breath come out of it, even though it probably shouldn't be breathing. And yeah, what's everybody doing? What's Ellen gonna do as the snake is moving on you?
Ellen's gonna toss holy water at it.
Oh, nice. How about you didn't change your name on things. I don't know your character's name. Atlas.
Atlas.
Atlas. Atlas. Yeah.
I am going to
yeah.
I'm going to cast protection from evil on myself.
Nice. Yeah, that's a very good move. How about Jerry?
Yep. Well, I gotta help the team, so I thought there might be like other stuff coming from other directions. Didn't want them to get flanked.
Right.
But now it looks like it's just the one enemy. So yeah, I will charge in, swinging my sword at it.
Okay, so you're gonna melee it. And how about Eva? I'm assuming you're gonna attack it with your axe, but is that the case?
I'm just gonna keep swinging.
Okay. Okay, so everybody's essentially, well, magic happens first, so your spell will go off. And missile happens before melee. So you're throwing a holy water at it. So go ahead and just do your, I'll count, I mean, against this thing, because it's evil, I'll count the holy water as heavy foot. So you can make your normal attack that you would normally make.
Sounds good. All right. No, she tosses her holy water, but it snakes out of the way. And
yes, these under.
right past.
Okay. Protection from evil spell goes off. Then our melee charges in. Go ahead, Jerry. It's defending as heavy foot.
Okay, I am attacking as heavyfoot +1.
Okay. Oh, and everybody's blessed, so remember, roll 1 extra die, whatever your dice would be.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
screwed that up last time. So you're heavy foot against heavy foot. So that is 1 die per man, 6 hits. So you're going to get 2 extra dice. So you're going to roll 6 dice and 6 hits.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. That's 2, 4. Oh, not looking good. Got. Oh, yeah, I got 1 hit.
Nice. Yeah, one hit's good. Yeah, one hit, your sword digs deep into the stone. The magic blade cuts through slightly. Green ichor drips off and flicks from your blade as we come to
It is not a dragon.
I want to call you Diva, but yeah. So actually, you're
Diva the
rolling.
Diva.
What would we figured it was
8.
10 dice, right? No, 9 dice because you were rolling 8 before. So 9 dice, 5 or 6 hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go 4, 6.
That's one.
1. Shoot. Embarrassing. 2. Oh. 5.
Okay.
Still
that's two.
got it. How many apples?
You've done 5 so far.
Okay.
Got 4 more.
6.
Oh, okay.
2 in a row. 1.
Okay.
2.
Okay. That was 8. You get 1 more.
3. No.
All right. It's okay though because you actually got 3 solids. That's actually enough for the cleaving of the head. So go ahead and this thing comes at you. Tell me how you chopped its head off as it charges. It tries to attack you.
I was just freaking out and I had my eyes closed. I was like,
So that's your battle technique. You're just really strong and you have 2 axes. There's no style or flavor. It's just like.
but it
works.
worked, didn't it?
It's like the what's that? One of those restaurants where you sit there and they cook in front of you, and he's got the 2 knives. He's like
It's like
Oh, yeah.
hibachi grill.
hibachi. Yeah, it's like hibachi. Yeah.
Or
Yeah, you
battle
chop
axes.
this thing's head off, and it rolls to the ground, and just this green like goop is pouring out of it, and you can actually the smell of it actually turns your stomach a bit, but it seems to be have been felled, as the room is kind of filling with this stench of putrid evil, and macaroni.
Ooh.
Yeah, don't drink that.
But what if I didn't?
You might have an evil snake burst out of you.
Yeah.
But could I take the 2 giant
Yes, take the
ruby eyes
Yeah, you can pull the sapphires out of the eyes. Yeah.
of the sapphire?
Jam your dagger in there or whatever and force them out. And yeah, they're about as big as your fist. You've not seen things this big before. Quite large. Although your detect evil's probably still flashing, so you can see the eyes are still like.
Yeah.
She holds them up like this, and you're like,
Oh no.
No part of that is good.
Oh, all money's evil. It's okay.
Oh, what's behind the throne? The room?
a door.
Yep.
There is a large copper door behind the throne.
Wait,
Guarded.
before we go,
Yep.
I'm going to sit in the throne for a moment.
Nice. Like a baller.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sit in the throne. It's not as comfortable as you would think. I mean, it's metal. It's not very ergonomic.
Are thrones ever that comfortable?
Probably not. It doesn't feel very nice. It's a little, the snake didn't keep it warm or anything, so it's like this cold metal against your body. Doesn't feel very good. You feel a little cold.
Okay.
But does it feel awesome to sit in a throne?
Yeah, probably.
The important questions.
So that's why people do it then. All right,
Yeah,
now we know.
it's fancy. It's fancy. It's not comfortable, but it's fancy. I look like a king. Somewhat.
Yeah, you look
Like
pretty good,
shoes.
actually.
Okay, to the
door.
the
door.
potentially a treasure room.
Okay, so yeah, you step up to get out of the throne, and you feel like this fever through your body, and any gold or treasure that you have on you is disintegrated into dust.
Oh.
I don't think you were carrying anything.
Mm.
I mean, I had 10 emeralds.
No, everybody picked it. Yeah. Yeah, so if you
Yeah,
have
I
any
didn't
gold
pick up
pieces or
anything.
whatever.
Yeah.
Luckily, it does not destroy magic items, because that would suck, because you have a nice sword. Yeah. What do you want to do? You're in this room. Molted walls, clearly resembling the snake, which is now dead. Stink from rotten evilness coming out of the snake's now chopped in half body. 2 doors.
Oh, I think we wanted to go through the door, right?
Behind the throne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, yeah. So you come up and pull the door open. It opens easily. It's heavy, but it's really well made. So it's one of those like big heavy doors where you turn it, just kind of like. So you take a moment to appreciate the architecture. And you look in, and this room is dark. So your torchlight that you have there, Ellen, kind of flickers into the space. And what you see is a room about 40-foot diameter. In the center of the room, there is what appears to be from this distance, it's about 20 feet away from you, a block of solid gold. It's about 3 foot tall, about 4 foot wide, and about 6 or 8 feet long. And it's kind of sideways to you. So there's just like a giant gold block in this room.
Now that's money.
Yeah, see, we're looking for treasure. I feel like we found so much treasure. Like,
Yeah, oh,
But it's all been disintegrated.
yes, like
right,
that's
if
what
we
I was
could
gonna
just
say.
get some of this treasure
Well,
out of here, we'd be good.
I feel like we shouldn't touch this, or else anything that we've earned so far will be disintegrated.
Oh.
Yeah. I think I agree.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, I have two sapphires the size of my fist. I feel like I'm good to go.
Ellen would like to just like walk around the gold bar
Sure.
and see if there's any other doors or anything like that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so you walk into the space with your torch. The party stands by watching, maybe covering you, make sure everything happens. As you start to circle around the gold bar, you look and you see on the ground next to the gold bar is a dagger. It is a curved blade. The steel of the blade is it's got a shine on it like it's brand new. The handle of it seems to be made of ivory, and it has a small gemstone. Not huge compared to everything else you've seen. It has a small gemstone in the handle.
Huh.
And it's just kind of laying on the ground.
I could use a new sheep dagger. Gotta clean out the hooves sometimes. Daggers, they really get in those grooves.
And you would know by looking at this thing that because you've dealt with the locals, this looks like the similar style as the local tribes, like their daggers that they use, but they don't look like this. Like theirs are these rough, cold iron things that they put together. This looks beautiful, like some kind of steel of high quality.
Ah, very nice. Yes. Yeah, she'll take it and she'll like put it on her belt.
Okay, you're gonna pick it up.
Yes.
All right, yeah, you get that. You have equipped the dagger. You pick it up. Yeah, good. You have it. And that's the only thing you see in the room. No other way out. No tapestries in here. No doors.
And
Ellen
just
comes
while-
I think
back
we should
wearing a fancy dagger on her hip. There's no other doors.
Sheep dagger always triumphs over a giant gold bar.
Maybe we should poke the giant gold bar with the pole. I don't know.
That seems
You want me to
dangerous.
poke it?
Yeah, why
Well,
not?
let Gary do it since Gary is not holding anything right now, right?
Oh yeah, Gary the scrub. Let's let Gary.
Gary pokes anything. Before you do that, Marissa, go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
6.
6. Nice. Okay, good.
Wait, why?
No
you'll
reason.
know.
Six dragons are about to attack us.
Because we're about to die?
No, only you.
Ooh,
No, I
yeah.
don't think that I I don't think I will touch the gold bar. I suspect it's fake anyway, and I feel like everything here is just fake ash.
Yeah.
Except for that wine for some reason, but
Maybe not the books, but yeah.
You
If
learned
you
a
would like to-
valuable.
I was gonna say, if you'd like to, Kiva, you can have my poll.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, if it's all fake anyway, what have I got to lose?
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ethis. I will poke.
So you're going to take the 10-foot pole and poke the giant gold bar?
Yes.
Any particular way? Like just...
Yeah, with style, pizzazz. That's like.
Okay. Oh, so you're going to whack it?
No.
Or
I'm
you're
gonna
poke
I'm
it?
trying to poke it off of whatever it's.
Oh, it's on the ground.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm still gonna poke.
Okay. Yeah, you push on it, and I mean, you're quite strong. You think that you might be able to move it, but it would probably break the stick. I mean, it's heavy. It doesn't move.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay, well, let's see if we can find another door then.
Okay.
Out in the other, back in the first room.
Yeah, there was one other
there's-
door.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Okay, yeah. So you go back in the room. Directly across from the throne is another door, copper door. I thought.
Ellen will go and open it.
Cool. Okay, through that door. Okay. You open up the door and you see kind of what you saw in the secret passageway, in a sense. You see a hallway that is lined with carpeting and tapestries, but this one is much wider. You know, two people could easily walk astride. Also, there seems to be some light coming from somewhere in the ceiling, which you can't quite place where it is. There's kind of this like overall glow to the room. It's a bit kind of on the like sickly green color, but you think you could see in here without even your torch's help. Although obviously you have a torch, so you're fine. And it stretches off, you know, at least 100 feet out into the dim light.
Okay. I'll take the right wall. Who wants to take the left?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Nice.
And Ellen will start moving along the right wall and, you know, moving each tapestry. See if there's anything behind them.
Okay, yeah. This is different in that sense because none of these tapestries seem to have anything behind them. You know, you check, you're meticulous, you kind of walk through. But as you get about halfway through this hallway, you kind of look back and it feels like you haven't, you've gone twice as far as you thought you had. Like you look back and it looks like the place you entered is like really far away from you. And you can hear these kind of like sounds like in your head, like almost like the slithering of snakes. And it's maybe a little bit, off-putting, like a better word. But it's not like so. Like if you start to hear something, you turn, you don't see it. Start to hear something, you turn, you don't see it. And none of these tapestries seem to have anything behind them until suddenly, Ellen, you're maybe thinking, what the hell? And you pull one back, and there's a set of stairs going up.
I found some stairs.
Let's get out of this creepy hallway.
Let's go.
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, Ellen will gladly take the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, you walk your way up the stairs. Goes up maybe, you would imagine would be the equivalent of like 2 flights. And ends in a doorway. An interior type door, so like teak wood, very finely made, but not heavy. The door is open a crack. And there's light in there.
Ellen's gonna like kind of put her hand up, and she's just gonna kind of like try and step over to the door and like just look, through the crack to see if she can see anything?
Sure, yeah. You kind of look, and what you see in this room is, it seems to be a pretty small room, unless it extends far on the other side you can't see. But if it's circular, like most of the things you've seen, you imagine it being pretty small. You can see it wrapping out. And this room also is lined with tapestries and it has a rug. And there seems to be light inside, possibly from a candelabra or something. You can't see it.
Okay. Yeah, she'll take her staff and pull the door open, and
Okay.
she'll wave everyone to come forward.
Okay.
Yes, as you guys look into this room, you've got essentially this small room, maybe 15, 20 feet max a diameter. You've got these series of pretty obviously interconnected tapestries that seem to be telling a history, lining the walls around. And in the center of the room, you've got a small table with a desk. And on that desk is a candle that seems to be brighter than it should be. It's actually giving root light to the entire room. And there's an ink pot and a quill. So it looks like the book on the desk looks like a diary, basically, from where you're standing.
Ellen would like to look at the tapestries and see if she can figure out the story that's being told.
Yes. This is the part of the adventure where I could theoretically read a lot to you. But instead of doing that, we're going to do it like TV show style, where each of the characters gets to say, read the tapestry as they go around in a circle.
Okay.
Isn't this fun? All right, so I will start with Crystal because she volunteered. All right, so this is what your tapestry... You don't know how you understand or know this, but this is what it says.
There was no life in the abyss, save that which was incorporated in me. Nor was there light, nor motion, nor any sound. Only the urge behind and beyond the life guided and impelled me on my upward journey, blind, insensate, inexorable. I don't read that well. I only have a 7 intelligence. Through the ages, upon ages, and changeless strata of darkness, I climbed.
And then Atlas. I'm gonna keep calling you Atlas, even though it's not your name.
All right. Okay. The being men called Kosatral Kel, which crawled up from night and the abyss ages ago to clothe itself in the substance of the material universe. But human flesh was too frail, too paltry to hold the terrific essence that was Kosatral Kel. So he stood up in the shape and aspect of a man. But his flesh was not flesh, nor the bone bone, nor blood blood. He became a blasphemy against all nature, for he caused to live and think and act a basic substance that before had never known the pulse and stir of animate being. He stalked through the world as a god, for no earthly weapon could harm him, and to him a century was like an hour.
Pretty good, right? And then Jerry.
Trying to find where it ended.
Oh, I just put a new chunk in there, so it should be the last.
The very last one.
Yeah, no, it like moved everything up. Oh, I think I found it. Okay. Because to me, it puts everything all together in one paragraph.
Oh, did it?
In
Well,
his
it says
wanderings.
in his wanderings is where it starts.
Yeah. Okay, I see it. In his wanderings, he came upon a primitive people inhabiting the island of Dagonia, and it pleased him to give this race, culture, and civilization. And by his aid, they built the city of Dagon, and they abode there and worshipped him. Strange and grisly were his servants, called from the dark corners of the planet where grim survivals of forgotten ages yet lurked. His house in Dagon was connected with every other house by tunnels through which his shaven-headed priests bore victims for the sacrifice. But after many ages, a fierce people appeared on the shores of the sea. They called themselves Yal. and after a fierce battle, were defeated and enslaved. and for nearly a generation, they died on the altars of Kosatral.
All right, Marissa. Marissa looks at. Eva, you look at the book and read the diary. Oh, it didn't paste. I didn't paste. Hold on. Copy. I want to give you too much information. Nope, it's not letting me paste now. It doesn't want me to give you guys any more information. It's like enough of that.
Didn't write anything in the diary. I'm gonna
It's
write
blank.
my
I
name.
can't read it. Wow, it legit won't let me paste it. That's so weird. Oh, hold on, I think it just
Try
did.
again.
No.
I just did a
Test.
yes.
Yeah, it's so weird. Oh,
Test,
maybe it just
test.
won't let me do that.
What you have is
Like-
too big. You
Yeah,
have to break
probably.
it up.
All right. I was gonna give. All right, so I'm gonna give it to you in a couple pieces.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh my gosh, to the diary. Let's read his diary. Oh, his sorcery kept them in bonds. Then their priest, a strange, gaunt man of unknown race, plunged into the wilderness, and when he returned, he bore a knife that was no earthly substance. It was forged of a meteor, which flashed through the sky like a flaming arrow and fell in a far valley. The slaves rose. His sorcery kept them in bonds. Then their priest.
Oh, hold on.
That's the same one.
I just read the same thing twice.
This
There you
one's
go.
on repeat.
He wrote it twice in his diary.
Why did you write that twice? I don't know. All right, go ahead. They're saw-edged.
Oh, you sent it? Oh, chat. Okay, let me go back.
Yeah.
Oh. They were saw-edged crescents, cut down the man of Dagon like sheep, and against that unearthly knife, the magic of Kosatral was impotent. While carnage and slaughter bellowed through the red smoke that choked the streets, the grimmest act of that grim drama was played in the cryptic dome behind the great dazed chamber with its copper throne and its walls mottled like the skin of serpents. Oh my God, that sounds familiar.
It sure does.
Doesn't it? Is there more? Oh, there is more.
Yep.
From that dome, the Jarl priest emerged alone. He had not slain his foe because he wished to hold the threat of his losing over the heads of his own rebellious subjects. He had left Kosatral lying upon the golden days with the mystic knife across his breast for a spell to hold him senseless and inanimate until doomsday. But the ages passed and the priest died. The towers of deserted Dagon crumbled. The tales became dim, and the Jarl were reduced by plagues and famines and war to scattered remnants dwelling in squalor along the seashore. Once this has been revealed, have Kosatral Kell move on the party, coming up the narrow stair from the snake room. If they have the dagger, they might fight it now. If not, they might run, get it, or run to the secure room for a scene. Oh, we have dagger. Good job.
You do have it. That part should have been copied and pasted.
Now we know exactly what to do.
A bit too much information.
Fighting.
We'll cut that part. We're gonna.
It
So-
seems like this was the priest of meta.
Wow. Oh my goodness, this guy just gave us all the instructions to defeat him, and he said exactly when he's going to attack.
Surprisingly, to no surprise, because you haven't run into him yet, you hear footsteps on the stairs coming up. Yep. Yeah. And through the door which you entered stands a man. Coppered skin, 6'5", naked save a loincloth, and eyes black that don't reflect any light. And you are being faced by what you probably realize is Khazal Krell. So yeah, what does everybody want to do as this thing steps into the room?
Let's hide behind Ellen and her knife. since we know exactly how to kill it now.
I'm
So what
going
does-
to.
Yeah.
I think I will charge at it and attack.
You're gonna do a melee. How about well, let me just go in order so I set up. What does Ellen want to do? Crystal is
Pardon me,
muted.
what? Sorry, my my turn?
No, hold on. Crystal is talking, but she's muted.
Sorry. Ellen is going to attempt to turn undead. She'll take her
Oh, interesting.
holy symbol and turn undead.
Okay, excellent. How about Atlas?
Well, this is quite formidable. I'm going to use invisibility.
You're
I'm not
piecing
here.
out.
Yeah, not
right.
here at all.
Jerry's going to run forward with the magic sword. And what about our what does Heva want to do?
Swing of the sword.
You already know. I'm gonna wade into the melee, wielding 2 battle axes.
Yes, you are. Okay.
As typical.
All right, so this is going to be fantasy combat. Dun dun dun. Because he cannot be attacked by regular weapons or hurt by regular weapons. So now, the way this is going to work is everybody's basically just going to roll 2d6 on your turn, and then you can narrate out, based on whether or not you score a successful hit or not, we'll narrate out the results. But before we do that, what happens is magic happens. So you're going to turn undead. He's not actually undead. So I don't know that you would know that. So you can put forth your holy symbol. It does not seem to put him back. He's not technically undead. He's more like a demon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you're going to go invisible, right? So if you want to fight, you can fight. Elaine, you realize immediately as soon as you lift it that it's not going to work. Your magic spell will go off, though. So you are now invisible.
Okay.
Did you want to do something else since it doesn't look like he's going to turn? Did you want to engage him or do something else?
Yeah, if he doesn't turn, then in the name of Haster, she'll charge forward and hit him with her Warhammer staff.
Okay. So we're in fantasy combat. So if you look at your character sheet, it will say like fight as X number of men or something else like hero, or like in the case of Jerry would be hero. Yours is hero -1 maybe, Elaine? Is that right? Or I don't think you fight as a hero or not. Obviously Atlas isn't fighting. But Marissa, you fight as a giant. So essentially, let's get everybody's stats up before we... Let me do it this way. I'll pull everybody's stuff up so I can have it in front of me. All right, so Athos, doesn't matter. You're not fighting right this second.
Right.
Oh, actually, you can't fight on the fantasy chart.
Nope.
Elaine, so you're going to run forward, and actually you won't be able to wound them.
It says I fight as 3 men.
Yeah, but not fantasy.
Okay.
Men is not... so you need to be fighting at a minimum of hero. So that'd be... Jerry. So no normal man can, or woman in this case, can affect this thing. So you fight as a hero, Jerry, and Heva, you fight as a giant. Of all things. So looking at the fantasy chart, he fights as an elemental. So in order for a hero to hit an elemental, you need to roll a 10 on 2d6. So I'm just going to do this in order. So go ahead and roll 2d6. Dave, you're looking for 11, really. You do get a bonus for the sword, +1.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead, roll 2d6, and if you roll if you roll 10, then you kind of clash with them. If you roll an 11
I got a 10.
or more, okay. So that will matter if he hits or not. So that's good to know. We'll narrate that in a second. Go ahead, Marissa, and roll 2 6-sided dice and add them together. You also need a 10.
8.
Okay, so let me do him. He's an elemental. He's going to actually, I'll go random. If it's the die is even, it'll be Dave's character, or it'll be Marissa. He's going to go after Heva. And he rolled an 8. He's an elemental against giant. No, actually, you still only defend as a hero. No, I guess you defend as a giant. All right, so he actually misses as well. All right, so because he missed and you clashed with him, Dave, essentially you blocked him from hitting anybody, and you actually do damage. So go ahead and describe how you cut into this creature.
Oh, okay. Yeah, as he swings forward, as Kosotov swings forward to strike at Hiva, Gary swings his sword up and slices along the side, the abdomen exposed.
Nice. Yeah, you cut into him, and what you find, much like the snake, he is made of not of stone, but of metal, of copper, and liquid molten copper pours out of the wound on his side as he turns towards you for the next round of combat. What does Ellen want to do? You realize that you won't be able to wound him, unfortunately. With
Ellen's gonna use her other vial of holy water. Her one other.
Okay.
She's gonna holy water him.
All right. I'll allow that to work as a hero, so you can do that. Can you do attack? I'm assuming. Everybody.
I would like.
Again.
Yeah, except for I was gonna. Yeah, go ahead. Alice.
No, I would like to take my invisible self over near Gary and give him the potion of growth that I have.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh.
Cool. Yeah. So you an invisible.
Hey, Gary, tap him on the shoulder. Drink this. Well, how high is the ceiling? Well, but be careful. It'll make you 30 feet tall.
Yeah, he's gonna be in this room. That's gonna be tough. But you.
Yeah. Don't drink it all.
So,
Just get on my knees and then take it.
Well, it says 30 feet if it's all consumed, quaffed.
right. Well, okay. So the way that's gonna work, just so you know, let me just make sure it's not bad for you to do this. If you drink part of it, you'll be worse off than you are. So, yeah, if you want it, you'll have to drink it all to raise yourself to the size of a giant. But it's way too. It won't make a difference if you drink part of it. It's not going to matter to you. Like it actually will have no effect. Okay. I mean, it was a good idea, but it would work on somebody who wasn't already fighting as a hero. But
okay,
giant and hero have the same 2 hit. So
okay,
yeah, I mean, not that you would know that necessarily, but all right. So you're going to give him the potion, which he may or may not drink. Although you will defend as a giant, which is good. Are you going to drink the potion or are you going to attack, Jerry?
I'd say that this potion might be better used with our cleric, and I'm going to attack.
Okay. And how about?
I'll refuse the potion basically.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll take it
you'll
over
be
to
like,
Ellen next turn. Yep.
You can give it to Ellen if he says no.
Okay, yeah. Okay, here you go.
Yeah. All right. And how about Marissa? What do you want to do? Do you attack this thing with your axes? Nice. Okay. So everybody that's capable of attacking. So everybody except for Atlas can go ahead and roll their 2 6-sided dice. Pretty much you're all looking for a 10 or better. Let me know if anybody gets that. And remember, you have a +1, dude.
I got a 10.
Okay, that's a clash. How about Ellen? With the holy water?
9.
Okay. How about Jerry?
I got a 4. No, 5.
Okay.
Sorry, so no.
All right. Well, clash is still good. Actually, he misses, so that does damage. Okay, so tell me how you chop into this thing with one of your axes and cause it damage. Marissa.
Okay. I get right in front of it, and it's coming at me. And I basically go, it almost looks like I'm about to hug him, but then instead I have 2 axes in my hand. I go,
Wow, the double axe neck chop hug move. That's some advanced stuff. Okay. All right, so holy water goes smashing past him. The wizard's running around invisible, trying to hand things to people.
What else do I do?
What's Ellen gonna do? Ellen, you've been handed a potion of growth. What would you like to do?
Ellen's gonna drink that potion,
Okay.
or at least some of it.
Yeah. If you don't drink the whole thing, well, actually, okay. So just so you know, if you drink half of it, let's say you'll go into the size of an ogre, so you'll be able to actually move around in the room better, obviously. But that makes your attack an 11. If you drink the whole thing, you're going to be 30 foot, and it's going to be very difficult for anybody to be doing anything in this room. And it'll be kind of comical. But you'll need a 10. So you can decide how much you drink when it comes. Well, tell me now, I guess.
She's just gonna drink half of it.
Okay, good enough. Atlas?
I'm going to cast light in his eyes.
Okay, that's going to make you not invisible anymore, of course.
Oh, yes, true.
Okay.
Oh, I'll wait.
Okay. Jerry?
I'll just wait.
Okay.
Yeah, Gary's gonna attack again.
Nice. How about Eva?
Okay, yeah. So since I have the 2 axes, like neck like this, I'm gonna like headbutt him.
Make a head bottom. Okay. All right. So everybody roll your 2 6s. Crystal, you're looking for an 11 or better. The other 2 are looking for a 10 or better. Dave, you get +1. I'll roll his as well.
I got
This
9.
isn't gonna be.
Oh.
It's not good. Not good. I got a 5.
Okay. And you drink the potion and you get real big. So you can actually attack too. You can drink the potion and attack. Why not? It's faster than that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
she swings and misses.
Okay. Yeah, it's a you grow. It's kind of a crazy melee. The creature does not hit anybody as well. He actually kind of moves in and misses. So, oh, you know what? I was looking at this wrong. Okay, that's fine. I was like, wow, he needs a high number to hit you, but that's because I was looking at the wrong number. He actually only needs a 4. So that gave you 2 rounds of luck where I was looking at the wrong number. So know now that he's about to start hitting people. Okay, next round, what do you want to do, Ellen?
I'll try swinging at him again.
Okay. Alice?
I'll just hold off.
Okay. Jerry?
Yeah, I'm gonna swing again.
Okay. How about
Keep swinging.
our double axe wielding fighter? Anybody want to keep fighting?
Oh, you know it. You know it.
Okay. Everybody roll your dice. You know what you need to get. Okay, he got a 7. I'm going to roll randomly to see who he attacks.
Oh,
Okay, he's going after the cleric.
9 again.
9. Okay.
3.
Okay.
Hit
How
the
about Ellen? What'd you get?
Hit the wall.
Ah, okay. Okay, so he would have clashed, but because he had exactly the number, but because you did not hit him, he does damage to you. So you lose 1 hit die, Ellen, as he you grow and he sees you as a big threat, and he runs up and grabs and rips he literally rips a chunk of your skin off, and then turns with a maniacal smile at the rest of you and realizes that he was rolling the wrong dice. So now he's going to start hitting you. So, what's everybody doing? Is anybody changing what they're doing? If not,
Yeah,
then
I'll cast the light this time. I know.
Oh,
I
you're
can
gonna try to
do
blind
that.
him?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, spells happen first, so let me. I'll give him a saving throw, I guess. I'll give him he is 9 hit dice, so he's going to be super heroic. Does it even say in the light spell? Oh, we didn't make that up, right? So I'm going to give him a 5 or better to save.
Yeah.
You rolled a 5. Okay, so yeah, you cast a spell of light on him, and he moves his head just in time, and it just hits him in the teeth. So now his teeth are like shining, and he's like,
Okay.
it's like a Crest commercial.
It's somewhat even more nefarious looking.
Yes, he's got these like black eyes that aren't shining any light, and then his teeth are like. All right, so yeah, go ahead, guys, dive at this guy and try to fight him. He's gonna. Okay, he rolled an 8, and he's gonna go after. He's going after Jerry this time. So. But that looks good. Crystal just made a.
Yeah, 2 6s.
Oh, that's a crit. Okay,
I
good. Nice.
I got a 10.
Okay, that's good because he would have hit you. So that's a clash, so nothing happens there. How about our Eva? What'd you get?
4.
Okay, all right, so nothing. Okay, but you do double damage because you crit him, but you just have a regular. You just do 2 points basically.
Yeah. She
Okay,
brings her
actually-
staff down and hits him like he's a nail. Whack!
Nice. Yeah, you guys, you're staggering around the small room. Tapestries are being ripped off the wall. His teeth are shining. The book's knocked over now. There's like an ink spot on the ground. Anybody who's a little bit OCD is like, it's a mess in here. So, what everybody, I guess the main person that would change what they're doing is Atlas. What do you?
I'm going to run around. I'm going to jump on his back, and I'm going to slam my hands over his eyes.
You can.
Ooh.
Okay. Nice. That is epic. All right, you do that.
You might get
try
eaten.
I'm going to try.
Yeah.
I might get eaten, but I'm trying to. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, you trying to distract him. I got you.
Yep.
All right, we'll deal with that in a second. Well, actually, you can't fight on the fantasy table, right? So.
No.
All right, go ahead and. You know what? We'll just do it this way. Roll 1d6 per hit die. We'll do it just like a grapple.
Okay. I am 2 plus 1, so I
All
ignore
right,
the
so
plus
roll
1, right?
2d6s plus 1, and we'll add it together. And if you beat his total, which I just rolled, then you will have succeeded in doing
Okay.
that. 10, 16. Well, I don't think you can beat that because I got 16.
No. Nope. No.
Yeah, I think you've definitely volunteered to be attacked. But okay, so everybody else is attacking him. Go ahead and roll your dice.
Can I not attack this time?
Of course, you can do anything you like.
Instead, she's gonna say, Hiva, take this, and she's gonna toss Hiva the other half of that potion.
Oh, that will not benefit her at
I
all.
don't
She already
think that
fights.
will
the
help.
Oh,
giant.
will it not? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
never mind. I guess.
But
I'll
you
just attack.
you want to attack?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Roll your attacks. You're good.
Okay.
We'll deal with the death of. Actually, fantasy takes place after troop, right? And he's going to attack you on troop combat since you can't fight. So he attacks his 9 armored foot. What's your?
Yeah, no, because I'm only Lightfoot, so I'm sure
Your
I'll
Lightfoot,
die.
right? All right.
Yep.
So
Oof.
1 die per man, 4 through 6 hits. So he's going to roll 9 dice. All right. This could be pretty epic.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's 1, 2, 3, and you only have 2 plus 1. Okay. You
Right.
can narrate your own death. So you jump up there and tell me how he tears you in half when.
You know, basically, that's what I was just about to say. That's what he does. I try to climb up his back and cover his eyes, and he just grabs me because I'm not very big. Never play very big characters, and he just tears me in half, quite literally. I have 2 pieces.
Yeah, he reaches back and he goes, and he brings you around to the front and then drops you on the ground. Yeah, so the rest of you can make your attacks.
And then he smiles.
And then he smiles with his.
Glowing teeth.
Hey, gave you guys
Uh,
a chance.
I rolled a
everybody
12.
make your attacks.
Oh, nice. I missed.
It's not a crit, but it's a 12.
Oh, 12. Okay, perfect. Nice. So 1 die. Go ahead, Hiva. Make your attack.
Oh, 3.
3. Oh my god. Okay, he turns. He smiles at you all. There's like blood on him because he's like his hands are dripping in your friend's blood, who's laying on the ground. You see her book. It's like open to crack. There. Yeah. Let's. Is everybody just attacking, or does anybody want to make a different kind of move?
Oh, you know what, Ellen? Use that sword. Like the diary cheat code told us to.
I actually can't do that, can I?
Yeah, you can. It's fine.
Okay.
You're gonna have to make prayers to Hastor.
Here, you
can
do
attack
it.
with it,
She'll
like.
toss you the dagger.
Oh,
Caught it, thankfully, instead of it slicing me. You
yeah,
threw a
you can catch it.
dagger.
That's pretty epic. Okay, so you're gonna toss her the dagger. You can still attack if you want. All right, so that dagger is actually +3 against the creature. So you can roll your 2 dice, Marissa, and add 3 to it. If you're gonna use the dagger.
I got 8, so that means that I have 11.
So that hits, yep. And go ahead, Ellen, if you want to make a regular attack, I guess.
Yeah, miss. She misses.
Okay. And Jerry?
Yeah, this is the round that I rolled the 12.
Oh. Okay. Well, with
I
that
think
12,
preemptively rolled it,
so
but not. It's not a crit. It's just a regular.
Well, that's okay. He only has with the -3 from the dagger. That's those 4. He had 4 left. So the 2 of you, in combination, tell me how you guys move up and use the dagger and the sword to slice this guy to pieces.
Well, I'm gonna be like, like,
Like Zorro.
yeah.
Okay, and how about Jerry?
Yeah, and then I come around from behind and just stab him, like right in the spine.
Right. So Eva gets in front
then
with
he
the
gets
dagger. And
Zorro'd.
she drops her huge axes that she's been fighting with. She gets this very delicate dagger, and she looks at it, and she's like, and then he kind of looks at her with his big smile, and then a sword comes through his chest, and the blade just almost touches Eva in the nose, and then Jerry pulls back the sword, and he drops to the ground, and you can actually see this like molten copper pouring out of his body, and you can see this the heat from it. You step back, obviously to not get burned, and then you start to hear a rumbling. And the buildings start shaking. The buildings are
We
shaking.
should probably get out of here.
Yeah, Ellen is gonna grab one of her friends each and just like heave them onto her shoulders, and then she's just gonna start like football running out of the building.
All right, cool. Yeah, so you're running with them, in your ogre size through the down that hallway and back out through the room where you fought the giant snake. And when you get to that room, parts of the ceiling have collapsed in, and you're able to kind of run up the rubble and over it, and the walls are falling down and stuff as you run towards the island and towards the edge through the jungle. You can hear this collapse, and you don't turn back till you get to the edge. And when you turn around, you can see in the sky just green dust in the air from the collapsed buildings. And you look, and all you can see that's left of Atlas is the blood that's on your feet. But the 3 of you have survived.
Epic.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alice.
Oh,
Yes. So you look down. The dagger that you're holding in your hand. It still has a bit of a glint on it with the gem in the end. You have these stones, these gemstones, sapphires the size of fists. But unfortunately, your friend has gone into the afterlife. So they say.
I'll donate 10% of my earnings from selling these gems to a charity in your name.
Nice.
Thank you.
Just donate that 10% to Haster in her name. It is what she would have wanted.
Pastor will take
right.
good care of her.
Nice.
Haster will lead her to better lands.
Better
Right.
pastures.
Hester the
So you're-
scammer. I'll give 10%.
So you're all sitting on the edge of the cliff watching the sun start to go down. You see the fishermen out there. It's very peaceful after the day. You're having your peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And so what lies in the future for our explorers? Tell us, how does it end? What's going to happen with Ellen now, that you've got this treasure?
Yeah, Ellen will return back to her temple, and she will say, "I have returned in the name of Hester to give tithings, but alas, my vision quest is still not done. Hester leads me ever onwards, brothers. Take care of the sheep," and then she turns and heads off to her next adventure.
Off to the next adventure. How about Jerry?
Gary wishes to try to find a way to return to his former kingdom, and he knows that will be a bit difficult task, given that he is currently a fugitive. But that's what his next mission is to rediscover the graces of the old kingdom and try to let people know his deeds today.
Nice.
And maybe
Come back
that
as a
might
hero.
give some good favor. Yeah.
Yes, you leave with the marker on your name, return as a hero. How about Hiva? What's next for Hiva?
Well, Hiva sells the sapphires, starts a charity in Ethys's name, Ethys's honor with 10%, and then with the other 90%, Hiva, parties a lot.
Wow. Lots of parties.
Nice. Okay, Athos. Where do you go? What is the afterlife like for our slain magic user?
So I'm in a field. I see my father, the wizard, then. He says, Athos, he says, I've been waiting for you as you've learned a lot since that fateful day in our home. And he turns and you just see in the distance a dark shape with giant cloven hooves and the horns coming over. He says, now it's time to get our revenge. And that's how it ends for her.
Oh, nice. All right. Thanks, guys, for playing. Thanks, everybody, for watching. If you're not already a follower, I think it's called. I'm very good at Twitch. On Twitch, we're going to be back. AdoramaXP does lots of different stuff, but we'll be back in a month with another fun game. Join the Discord if you hit !Discord. I think that's how you do it. Hold on. I'm probably not doing it right. Then it'll come up with the link.
Give a follow.
And you can join that. Yep, there it is. I just put it in Nightbot. So go ahead and go join the Discord. You can make some suggestions of what you want to see us do. Different ways to kill Marissa or whoever. Since she survived this time. Lucky. But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for playing. You guys were great. And yeah, we'll see you in about a month, I guess. And that's how we